I can't get to my desk. I can't. My desk. I can't get to it. Help. I can't get to my desk. All right, let me put something on in the background here. Captain Terrific? Man, you did not leave me a second to realize September ends September 30th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. Support now for 20... Okay, that's some Twitch alert that I just got. All right, what am I putting in the background here? I realize now that I'm allergic to sawdust. Probably should have been something that I knew ahead of time. I did the snipping. Did the snippy snip. This mix is too hard. Too rough. All I got is very late night jams. My elbow does not bend this way. Anyway, yeah, thank you for subbing, man. I appreciate the 3 months. That's mighty nice of ya. Between boards, your name is gonna go in a list of names that'll get shuffled when they go up on the new board, which is right here. You is gonna be shuffled with all the names. So you're not gonna get on this board, which has far more surface area for names. Tell you what, look at that. How much more surface area this thing has. Oh, you can't even see it. Yeah, it's like name purgatory. The reason that we're doing that is so that there's not a mad dash to be the first person on the board. Because like hold on. It unevenly affects people. Because, you know, people's months will just happen to be up at the time of it ending, so. There's much more surface area on the old board, huh? It's more consistent. I don't think the little bit of extras there and there are really gonna make up for that. Plus all the names are gonna be larger. We're not gonna do microscopic names again. That's all right though. Means we'll have to keep our ear to the ground for more boards. More places that I can get weird shaped wood. Put that aside, take a seat, chat with chat. You can move over. Carefully. We gotta come up with bracketry today. Oh, what a flattering view that is. Jeez, stop looking at me. Yeah, we won't go super microscopic with the name size anymore. But no, I guess it just means that I gotta keep looking out for wood. It'll still take a long time to fill. I mean, the other board took 2.6 years. So, how's everybody doing? It's Friday. It's a little long on the song. We're gonna try to get this thing up on the wall. Then we can work on the y-axis a little bit. Need some help. I'm alive, that's good enough. Yeah, it is, you know? Some days it is. What's up, Bellum?
Oh,
tired as always, nothing's working, yeah.
Someone asked what I'm drinking tonight.
Uh-oh.
The answer is,
Brown bagging it. Yeah, Metro hasn't been around to do a mix. Actually, this is Sunrise set. This is a good one. Alive. Currently alive. Alive. And has alive. Yeah, look at them, they spin. That's pretty cool. And that's just green screen behind him. He might have a dynamic and moving view of New York City, and it's like totally accurate as if he lived there, but it's really a very advanced computer simulation. No, actually, Metro's either apartment or studio space or whatever he does is like super amazing views. It's pretty cool. You guys should all check him out because I steal his streams in order to do my intro. Wonder if they'll ever get market share because Pioneer is still like the industry standard for DJ controllers. I don't know, man. I don't know much about DJ controllers these days. I got a buddy who's selling his old turntables, and I was like, man, that'd be really cool if my place here was a little bit more hipstery. I mean, it already is pretty hipstery, but I mean, if I went to the level of having one of those like interior super duper designed spaces, I'd be like, man, a good deck, like a good DJ, good record player would be pretty cool to have hooked up to all my audio gear. But nah, I don't have space. I don't have space. Who uses vinyl anymore anyway? Get with current year. Morning. It's not morning here, but good morning to you, Mr. Yan. What the hell is that? No, I didn't get the parts. I ordered the parts though. I bought a set of pin punches or pin tools. Not pin tools, what are they called? I think pin punches, but they were too large, so I had to order a second set. The Start ones. These are really nice. They were like 40 bucks. These are cool. Really heavy, lots of metal. Start brand, pretty good. But they're all way too large for the application that I have for them. I got a roller pin that I got to punch out on a thing for a customer that I can't talk about. But I can talk about the tools that I'm buying for it. And this is not a good roller pin punch. Hey, Jackie Codes, thank you for the raid. How you doing? Jackie Codes, everybody go check out. Look, can we do like a shout out for Jackie Codes? I appreciate the 22-person raid. We literally like just started. If you look at the timer, it's like only 7 minutes. So I'm just sitting here hanging out with everybody before we get started. I got a big block of wood. It's got to go up on the wall. This block of wood was the previous star of the show. Oh, and by the way, you should also check out Metronomic Live. He's a DJ from New York. We were gonna hang out the other week, but we didn't end up crossing paths. Love your work. Ah, thank you so much. Yeah, everybody check out Jackie Codes. But yeah, we're working on the board today. The old board is full of names of subscribers. It's a laser etching project, an XY laser etching table that goes on the wall. It goes on the wall behind me. That giant overwashed, overlit spot is where a block of wood would go. And so without, oh yeah, stream's starting. And then now you guys complain that it's not on. I like this as a poking tool. I can actually like poke the buttons on my stream deck with this. Accidentally cleared. Oh, what did you do? Prevented by better TV for me, at least. Sorry, chat. We could re-shout out Jackie Codes. Yeah. Well, no, okay, so it was $40 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these things. Sorry, 6. No, 5. 5 of these things for 40 bucks. It's pretty good. Is that an ice pick from Jimmy? No, it's a roller pin. Well, not a roller pin, but it's a pin punch tool. It's for knocking pins out of stuff. Use them a lot when you're gunsmithing. A lot of different hardware uses pins to hold stuff together. So I figured it was about time for me to get a good set of Imperial punches. The problem is they didn't get small enough, so I had to buy a second set. And this is for a project that I'm technically not allowed to talk about because there's serial numbers on it and stuff that I can't show. So
We just started out. We're going to get started in a minute here. I'm taking it easy. It's Friday. I'm not going to push myself too hard. But my goal for today is to, at the very least, just get this thing mounted up on the wall. I would have loved to give sockets to some of these connections. Like, for instance, for the board actually, like, being able to be unplugged would be kind of nice from the control box. Although that adds a point of failure to everything. But that'll be for the next version. Those are things that we think about in the future. There will be plugs that will be able to be unplugged so that things are a little bit more modular. Modularity is important in engineering, in systems engineering particularly, because things fail and you want to be able to replace them easily. Downtime is lost time. Found some real nice inline plugs. What do you need if they were plugs that were like the old OBD1 BMW plugs, where it's like a quarter turn, but that quarter turn is like a ramp, and so it like fully plugs in your plug. There's some weird plugs out there. It'd be cool to use a weird plug, but ultimately, the best plug for DIY projects of this nature, of like controls and motors and high voltage and low voltage lines, is going to be a DB plug, like a DB25. Will have screws that lock it in. It's almost completely universal. They're solder cups. They're spaced out enough so that you can solder them and put shrink wrap around them. If you're that nervous about your connections being flexed, you can put a housing around it. You can put a panel mount. It does everything. The DB connector is a beautiful, wonderful thing, and it carries tons of current. Enough current for something like this. Everything else is just too complex. DB plugs are master. They're the best. You know, you can get into more complicated things if you want. You could do multiple plugs. You could do your low voltage signal plugs. You could do XT plugs for your high power. But if you want to do all that in one, the DB connector is there. And it's just, you can go to Radio Shack and buy one. I guess you can't do that anymore. You go to Fry's and buy one? I don't know. You can go online and buy them by the bushel. They'll be here long after we're dead. Oh God, yeah, we got into etymology discussions yesterday, didn't we? Where's my Twitter? When's my Twitter up? I forgot that I put "I'm a partnered streamer" in my bio. I was excited. Look at me. What else did we get up to? That's right, we looked at locations of names. I did a lot of conversions. I ordered those parts, by the way. I need to put grease in the slides. We'll probably do that today before I forget. I did not sand this board. This is probably going to be up on the wall for a little bit. We need to consider taking this board down without disturbing the back, without disturbing the background, like the stuff that stays up on the wall. So this will, I've got, well, I'll talk about it later. I'll talk about it when the stream starts. When I feel like starting the stream, you know how it is. Packing bearings is a fun hobby. I don't know if I can show that on Twitch. A little bit much for the typical Twitch audience. Man, these things are cool. Use these as a weapon. Actually, okay, it's a little too close to an ice pick. Make a D&D character that uses these. And every time you attack somebody, they're like, ow! Why'd you hit me with that? Ow! Jeez. It really hurt. I was wearing armor. Like little lightsabers. But metal. Once we get the board up on the wall, the remaining stuff for me to do physically with it are to... Well, alright, fuck it. No, I'm having fun listening to this mix. I'm gonna stop talking. Burn the Subs is like first and foremost on my mind right now. We'll get to that. It's like all I'm thinking about. This is this project. You know, this is an important project that I need to get up and running. But I don't want to overthink it while we're still in the intro phase. So the other day I saw an ad on Reddit, believe it or not. I saw an advertisement on Reddit, and it was for Kraft Mayo. and I have never seen a more hostile comment section, because sometimes Reddit has comments on advertisements. They've got, they put up the ad as if it's just like a normal Reddit thread, and these people were hostile to mayonnaise, which I, as a Dutch person, I'm not actually Dutch, it's just my lineage, but as somebody who has Dutch ancestors, I was deeply offended, although Kraft can barely even be called mayonnaise in the first place. But it was an ad for Kraft mayo, and people were mad. They were mad, and apparently, like, yeah, it was phrased in just such a really ridiculous and stupid way. But yeah, what a terrible idea to add comment sections to ads. I think it's a great idea, actually, because I think it's amazing. Because the hostility is beautiful. It is some wonderful drama to read. It's maybe not for the reason you think. Yeah, it is a very bad idea, but it's also an amazing idea. Because, man, I have not seen people that angry about mayo. And there were people in there who pasted entire blocks of Miracle Whip, Miracle Whip, Miracle Whip, Miracle Whip. It literally just said Miracle Whip over and over again, and they were just posting it into this Reddit comment section, and I'm just like, what the fuck? What's wrong with mayo? Some people hate it. I mean, it's like a caloric explosion. I don't know. I'm a Hellman's person myself. If we're talking about super duper overly produced mayo products, yeah, Miracle Whip. I don't hate on people, but I do agree with the what's the oatmeal guy? What's that? The oatmeal. That webcomic guy called it Goblin Cum. And I kind of agree with him. It tastes like plastic. I don't like Miracle Whip, but I'm not gonna hate on people who like to eat plastic, because I've chewed on my fair share of wire jackets in my day, and pens and stuff like that. So, if you're into that, then Miracle Whip's probably good. But
Holy cow. Is that 10 gifted subs?
oh, that would be.
Holy cow, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. I appreciate
Wow,
it.
people gifting subs to Metronomic Live. That should happen more.
Right? Is everyone? Thanks for listening.
More people watch him. Watch him. Make him famous. I had to meet with Princeton Plasma Physics Lab. What? Probably never get a job there with my background, but here's hoping. Hell yeah, dude. Hey, they need janitors everywhere, Chester Willard. Even if you've got an advanced degree. Rarely ever have any kind of mayo, and if I do, it's a light amount. Well, I love it. I love mayo too much. You've seen my physique. You don't need to question the fact that I love mayo. It's one of the mother sauces, and calling it a sauce is a little bit of a misnomer. It's like an egg suspension. But I mixed, so a little while back, I took habaneros that I had absolutely no fucking idea what to do with in the garden. Habanero is one of those flavors that immediately triggers my mouth to go, we're in danger. And I listen to that. I tend to listen to that because you get that habanero flavor and it kind of like builds and you're like, oh no, I'm not gonna be able to touch my face for another hour. Somehow, in making, I guess, a chili sauce with it, so it was garden tomato, garlic, supermarket garlic, onion, leftover onion, poblano peppers, little tiny poblanos that you can grow in your garden, one cherry pepper, I have no idea what that was, and then a bunch of habanero. I put that all on the barbecue and I grilled it up, got it nice and toasted, right? I lost a couple Whoopsies. That's a good splash screen, actually. All right, let's get this out of here. I got some stuff to figure out, talk about things about face. What are we doing? What are we doing, oh bother? Why are we here? What is all this? Oh my God, I can't handle any of this. I don't know what any of this stuff is. Why do you have so much window? Why do you have all these windows open? Oh my God, this is too much. Oh dear God. Oh yeah, are we done with those? Have they gone away? Yeah, we can undo that. That's a good idea. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not going to mention it right now because that'll curse me. But what you said in chat, yes, I agree. The cut doesn't look bad. I expected it to be worse. I didn't get a haircut. What the hell, man? This is just Uncle Phil just coming in here and fucking insulting my haircut just out of the blue. Like what the hell? Anyway. Waiting for Bother to come to the incognito windows. Those are not on this machine. Okay, so burn the subs. We left off with a board sitting against this thing that didn't really fit. I took the saw off of the wall in the corner and the battery for it, went outside, and I had some dark work to be done. I actually did the cut, and it wasn't deep enough because I had set the saw to be a more shallow cut at some point during the last time I used the saw in the shop with you guys. I did all the cutting outside because, as it turns out, I am allergic to sawdust. There are some woods that I'm actually allergic to the sawdust of, which sucks because I like woodworking. It's nice. It's fun to do. It's a nice soft material, carbon foam. We do metal work in here. We are metal workers. We do not do woodwork, although technically I guess I could consider myself a woodworker at this point. We burn wood. We burn carbon foam. But yeah, my allergy. I'm a little like puffy right now because of all the mayonnaise. I mean, all the wood chips. I'm a little puffy. So anyway, I made the cut. I lowered the saw, did a nice little cut. I cleaned up this edge on the top, made it look a little less like a chainsaw did it. I didn't clean up the cut right at the top of the board because I actually kind of like it. Because I mean the tree originally. Let's go over here. Let's go to the board. Let's talk about strategy here today in this game day. I'll use my CAD software. So the board came from a tree that originally probably did one of these. Right? And so we are below the little butt section right there. And so there's a cut that basically takes that part off. And so that's sort of the shape of the board, right? So it's pretty much like from here to here, but a cross section of the tree. So we've got a thicker section, actually not quite there. It would be more like, uh-oh, what happened there? It'd be more like here if there did this. I should have used thicker lines. I'm sorry, people with low resolutions. I apologize. No. Be probably something like that, right? So that was the shape of the tree. It would be like, there'd be like tree up here. Maple smiley face. Anyway, that's the maple tree. So the trolley problem. Proceed. Killing an annoying person. Yeah, all right. What are you guys talking about? I have such fond memories of my house smelling like freshly cut wood, but apparently it's pretty bad to breathe. I mean, yeah, it's a good smell, you know? It probably smells horrible for trees. They're probably, yeah, like what if you had a house that was built out of corpses? It's like fresh cut grass. People are like, I love that smell. And it's really like the the grass is like, dear God, we're being attacked. Oh, fuck. And, you know, we're like, oh, that smells nice. So yeah, the tree split into two right about here. And there's like a really rough cut across here. But I actually like that kind of rough cut. I don't know if I'm going to sand that or not. I'm debating on that. But I did clean up the cut down here. We basically joop like that. And then this one, you know, is just nice. I did clean this one up a little bit too. So yeah, the grass smells equal to grass screaming. It is. It's a distress call from grass, warning other grass that there's nothing it can do, that it's being cut. So anyway, that's the board that we have to deal with, right? It gets oddly wide at some points, but generally it fits. So I made this little cut right here because that part didn't fit. And so now, this is what we got. We got the board up. Leaf burning. We don't do as much leaf burning around here. It's usually collection. A lot of leaves in bags. So anyway, this is the board. This is the board that we got to deal with. You know, this isn't a perfect cut, but it's fine. Putting my T-square against it is kind of spoiling me. I just kind of eyeballed it and just ran a saw across there to make it clean. So it's got a much cleaner edge on this part. And I'll use the sander to make up for any of that weirdness. Because, yeah, before there was a big ridge in here, as if it was like, well, it was very hastily cut, and some people might call that charming. So there's a cut right there. My line is, of course, still in the wood, and of course that'll get sanded off. I tried to make that as straight as possible, but I think it's kind of like coming out a little bit. That'll be okay though. And we'll have to figure out the mapping of this, because names, I'd like names to get right up to the edge of this board. I wanna make a program that'll help me run the laser across the edge and define it as the PNG image so that we've got a nice real cutoff of this board. So the laser knows exactly where it can be and where it can't. So that's what we're going to work on in the coming weeks. Right now, we got to get a much heavier, much larger board with less surface area. This thing has a lot less surface area than the other board. We got to get this thing up on my wall. And eventually, this thing's going to fill up. I don't know if I can find somebody with a horizontal bandsaw, but I mean, I could cut this thing in half and still use the other one. But it would be kind of boring if we had the same board up twice. So this might be a loss. Well, you know, they're all losses. They all just go in the corner when we're done. I'll have to figure out what to do with them eventually. But I know we're not gonna be economical. It is boring because it would be the same piece of wood. Like I need to find a much weirder shaped piece of live edge if I'm gonna continue on with the live edge. That's just my considerations. Now we can. God damn it, glucometer. Why are you beeping at me? I know I ate lunch. I'm sorry I ate lunch. That's gonna come down eventually, right? It seems to be like drawing a butt. Why are you drawing a butt? Glucose level? Ugh. Anyway, this will fit now. And so we need to figure out how we get this thing to fit. And I need to figure out how I'm gonna hoist this up on the wall behind the board. So I could use a bunch of old skateboards or an old surfboard. Flip it around, no one will notice. No, I'm gonna use something else. No. I mean, found objects is kind of an interesting idea. If I found like sections of wood and made like a collage out of them, and we had a laser that was able to burn on more 3D objects, yeah, they would smell bad. That would smell bad. All right, so here's the deal. I want to be able to remove this board without having to remove the entirety of the gantry, because we still have some phases to go through with this thing. I need to figure out the lengthening of the y-axis. Veet Nukem, thank you for subbing for 4 months. I appreciate that. That's a streak. Why are people streaking so much on Twitch? So yeah, well, okay. So the idea with the block of wood is that it is an uneven shape, and we are adding order to the thing. We're adding sort of a beautiful symmetry and randomness of placing of names. What I'd like to do is allow everybody to get right up to the edge of this board. And so what I'm going to be doing, and what I've explained a couple times before, is that what I'm going to be doing is creating a program in Python that utilizes the Raspberry Pi and a bunch of the other settings that we have in order to send G-code over to the laser. And what I'll be able to do is use an Xbox controller to actually run the laser along this edge. So adjust it with a controller, and that way I've got an ability to sort of map the edge of this thing while using the commands that directly define the positions of the board in order to create the PNG image. So I'm going to use all the same settings. So even if the settings are weird or off, they are going to apply to themselves. That's the whole idea behind it. I want to be able to trace this personally and have that translate to a PNG image that is exactly the same parameters that are in the board itself, so that it has its definition of where the no-no zone is. But that's up and coming. That's going to take a bit of programming. It shouldn't be too difficult, but it is going to take a little bit of programming to do. But anyway, so what I'm saying is I want to be able to pull this board off, because if I do that program, you know, I still have a couple things that I need to do to this board, like focus the laser onto the wood. I need to, you know, could you use Connect for that? No. No. I'm not going to dance around and have it move with me dancing. You could do anything with anything, you know, if you want to program it properly. But I don't. No, look, trying to take photos of it and scaling photos to the board in order to figure out you know, that's what I do normally, and that's boring. Use a Connect to try to 3D map it. Well, we had trouble doing that with just regular objects. Using photography tools that don't know their position in space, and then turning the photos into a two-dimensional representation of this thing, that could go okay, but at the same time there would be irregularities because of the way lenses work, and I don't want to deal with that. The most direct thing to do is to make the thing that figures out where the stuff's going figure out where the stuff is, because then it'll be working against itself. That's it. That's the justification behind it. Why do I want to put it on a controller and stuff? Because it's fun. I could sit there and do console commands to try to do it, but that would be really annoying. I mean, I could step through it ever so gingerly to try to get a G-code representation, millimeter by millimeter, of where the edge of the board is. I could take it 1 millimeter down and then find the edge of the board, 1 millimeter down, find the edge of the board. I don't want to do that. I'd rather just trace it with a controller. Yeah, doing it with G-code console commands is annoying. It would be a day of science, but it would be, it'd be tiring. I still want this thing to be able to be removed from the front, which is a difficult thing to ask, because this is a much heavier board. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I've got 2 planks of, what kind of wood is that? Pine. I think it's pine. Well, I've got those distance sensors. I could always make it automatically figure out where the board is by using a distance sensor. You know, to give it G-code, measure distance, and I could put that into a bunch of data, and then I could figure out where the distance sharply drops off in order to figure out where names can possibly go. Yeah, the joystick's more fun. I mean, that's really the only... Look, chat, you guys would be hard-pressed to come up with an idea that I haven't considered before. I'm just going to say that. I'm the person with a brain in the project at all times. You're just tuning in. Okay, oh my God, I literally just said that. The problem with doing that, the problem with taking a picture, is that lenses can be weird. And so you can be off by a little bit, and people say, "Oh, it'd be fine. It'd be totally fine. Everything would be perfect. You could do that just very easily. It'd be very easy. You could do that in 5 minutes." And you know, you say that, but have you ever done that? Have you ever done that? Because even with taking photos, putting the device on a flatbed scanner and measuring it out in AutoCAD, I had more troubles coming up with good numbers for where things actually were in real space than I think anyone had ever considered. Making a direct replica of something in CAD is extraordinarily difficult, and it's really hard to make flat surfaces come out to the right dimensions when you're using like a camera that has a weird lens on it, unless you're doing really good macro of everything. But it is an extremely complicated problem, actually. It's not insurmountable, and it's been done before a billion times over. But consider that plugging a controller into my laser etching table and going beep, boop, beep, ha, 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 look at me, I'm on the edge. That's more fun. So that's what I'm going to end up doing. Oh boy, you guys are going to earn all of chat's going to get a timeout. I'm going to use collective punishment, even though it's against the Geneva Convention. No, you guys are fine. Anyway, so, okay. Got the board here. Got the board here, and I need to mount it. The way that I did it before was I had more scraps of the pine wood as two vertical bands that hold the thing up. Yeah, we're in a war. This is a war zone, chat. This is the crucible of the mind, where good ideas come to fruition and the bad ones are weeded out like the weaklings they are. If I do the bands, this thing is going to be much, much taller. Like, much, much taller. Like, potential for collision with the cart taller. You guys can't see that here. Come on up with me. Come on up here with me. So, if I do... Because the, actually, wait. So the plank is where... Oh, God, we gotta... All right, hold on. Let me get the planks out of the old board, and we'll see if we could still use them. It would be nice if we could use them because they're really strong. I could use thinner planks though. I could use thinner planks, although that would mean that if you grab onto this and pull on it, you could potentially rip those thinner planks. That shouldn't be a thing because I shouldn't be grabbing it and pulling on it. But my favorite parlor trick was to grab the board and try to shake it, and people would see how well mounted it was. But I may have to give up childish things. All right, let me get the things out of the old board. Ah! Bashed on my T-square. Let me go get the drill and the old board, and I can remove the mounting planks. They are, I think, a 1/4 inch thick. Okay, there's square drive. Come here. Oh, what did I get caught on? Why does the mic cable find everything to get caught on? It really is adept at... It was in the Velcro of my bike shoes. What the hell? All right, okay, back over here. Back over here with the board. So let me put that very carefully. Careful. Careful. Okay. Get the drill. God, it's bright over here. I hate it. I hate how bright it is. Yeah, these are very, very gently mounted from the back. One of them, and one of them. Oop. We'll see how thick that is. Let's get all you guys, all your names out of the way. Put the old board in a holding place for now. That's old news. We don't got time for that around here. Okay. Man, now I got all these square drive screws sitting around. All right. What are you guys doing over there? So the question is, how can I mount this big old chunk of wood? Now I've got these planks that are just scrap. Those are the way that we mounted the other board, and they work. So if I do use these, I'm gonna have to figure out how to measure exactly where I'm gonna put them. They're going to be, before they fit kind of snug in between the rails, They didn't interfere with the rails, but then the board was only doubled this thickness, whereas this one triples it. This one is doubly thick from the other board. So we had this times 2, now we have this times 3. And the board needs a significant standoff distance. Which I guess I could give it if I really need to move the laser back a little bit. I could move it back by 1/4 inch. That's possible with this system. It's a little awkward. It's still possible. Give it some vertical rails that it sits on. I'd rather not do that. But if I do use these, I mean, the height isn't that much more. Well, no, it doubles the height. So if I were able to mount this thing closer, like with metal bands, I would be a little bit happier about it. But I don't have metal bands that I can use to mount it. I've barely got enough metal to extend the y-axis out with the 10 millimeter beams. If I mount it to the board, I'm not mounting it like it's got to be something behind it because I don't want to ruin the live edge, right? Yeah, I don't want to ruin the light. Well, let's get that other light over here so you guys can see what's going on. So the back front mount, use end-to-end mount. I don't have a lot of end-to-end room. This thing is taking up most of the space. I mean, this is going to move this distance. So if I could somehow end-to-end mount it, I don't want to touch the edge though. I think this is still an important edge, isn't it? Like, what if I made it into like a bench? What if I made it into a bench? It's not a bad idea, but what else? What? What are you talking about? Yeah, sit on the subs. It's poetic. You guys have been launching farts into my stream for so long, and I can only take so much. So it's time for revenge. Also, I wouldn't be able to get to some of the fasteners if I mounted this directly to those rails. Yeah, see what I mean? Revenge is a dish best served flatulent. So if this were gonna go, how does this go? Like this. I mean, it would have to be down here first of all, because I don't have space for it up there. there's like no spaces where this sticks out of both ends. That's a problem. That's a problem. You guys back a little further. That sounds like a you problem. My answer is a response to a previous rant. What do you think rants are? I mean, that's what rants are. I don't get it. That's a weird comment. Yeah, so okay, these aren't gonna work. The other board was a little bit more square. Oh, look at the age between, look at the wear and tear over the years. This is the wood that was behind the board, and then this is the edge. Huh. That's interesting. I didn't know there would be that much. Whoa! Look at that. The line, the mounting line, the worn wood, and then the stuff that was somewhat protected. Epsilon Ping, hey, thank you for the 18 months. A year and a half of fun. I hope it was fun. Hey, man, I appreciate that. Epsilon Ping. 18 months. What's going to happen is your name goes into a database somewhere in Arizona, and then 7 companies bid on your information. Now, what happens is your name is going to go into the list of people who are going to be burnt to this board first. My board is going to fill up before it even is a thing. But yeah, all you guys who are don't put that evil on me. That's not just because it's in your state doesn't mean anyway. Your name's going to go into a list, and we are going to shuffle the names, and we'll put them up there as the first batch of names to go into the board, because it's going to be a crazy day when this board goes live. I have concerns, because if our font is going to be larger than the previous board. I don't know what kind of longevity it's going to have. It's going to, but I mean, I guess it's good. It's going to look like it has a lot of names right off the bat, right? That's always good. Anyway, I have problems. I got the problem. I have problems. I need to figure out how to mount this board. Now, if we do mounting to these rails that are on this, that's going to put more load on those rails. But those rails are strong, except for the areas that I've actually taken a core sample of them in order to put the screw into the maple. I've taken a core sample. I think a rant is never meant to be understandable. I don't know what you're saying at this point, man. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky. So yeah, if I do like flat metal clamps, I could use the Makerbeam stuff, and I think they would hold the weight if I use all of the beams, right? I would need to sneak fasteners on them, and I can do that with this one. I can't do that with the middle ones. So I could do the end ones. I would have, oh boy, that would not be a lot of fasteners on this thing. I could do the end ones, and that would mean that I would be able to remove this board. I need it to be like steadfast in its mounting, though. This thing needs to be, but it actually, if I do the Makerbeam, it'll still be adjustable up and down, right? It'll still be a little bit adjustable, which is really good. That's really good for me. I don't know if it's good for you, but it's good for me. All right, so here's the deal. I like the idea of using the Makerbeam stuff to mount it. I think I can do 2 contact points on the wood and 1 contact point on the Makerbeam. And then what can I do from there? It won't be incredibly centered, but neither was the previous one. Let's take a look at the brackets that we have to choose from. I'm going to move all this stuff out. Well, actually, it shouldn't go far. How am I going to do this? Everything is enormous, and this lab is set up to work on small things. So I'm just going to scoot that over and lean it up against this stuff, which is going to fuck up all of my wires. Yeah, I haven't cleaned the floors here in a little while, so you guys got to bear with me. All right, all of you coming with me. Oh, wow, my fingers. Oh, that's a lot of weight to put on my fingertips. Okay, I got it. Oh, God, and in that moment, he realizes that he didn't tighten something. Can you believe it? Nate DXR was reserving my plot of board real estate. It's free real estate. No, it's not free, but it is real estate. I forgot to tighten something. Thank you for the 9 months. I appreciate you guys coming in here and subbing without a gimmick. You know, like, I don't know. I don't got no gimmicks right now. I don't know why people even watch the stream without a gimmick. What is the point? Boy, I really need to do a hardware check on this whole thing to make sure that I've tightened everything. Good God. I can't believe I missed that. So, Gardic Gaiden. Hey, 3 months of the Prime? You know why the Primes are pretty cool? Because nobody reminds the Primes that they haven't subbed. All you do is see that you're not... All they do is see that you're not... You see that you're not subbed, and it's like... It doesn't tell you you've got a Prime. These people are doing it without a reminder. It's amazing. Hey, thanks for the 100 bits. Keeping that hype train going. Okay, so... Brackets. Brackets, brackets, brackets. It's all brackets today. If we can come up with a way to mount this heavy board to the rest of the gantry, I will be a happy boy. My thought is to use Makerbeam style brackets, right? So how can I use Makerbeam style brackets without the thing just falling out of the wall? We got a variety of different brackets here that I could choose from. And we're allowed to use special parts. I don't have to relegate myself to using only the, you know, the bad stuff. Oh, it's nice to have the camera in the regular position again. Can I get the light over here without causing an avalanche? Maybe. Light's really far away. Hold on. Nope, the cable for the light is caught. Great, perfect. All right, that's all the light we get. So, I mean, I have a variety of different flat brackets here that I could use. I have a feeling that the ones that we're going to want to use are probably... There's the selection. That's the entirety of it. I don't really have many other brackets in here. Most of the stuff I have is Makerbeam. So if we were to do 2 bolts on and 1 bolt on, or 2 bolts versus 1 bolt, I don't know. 1 bolt on the Makerbeam, I mean, it would be the four corners, right? So, I mean, doing this with the beam that way is not really going to work out. This one, I could potentially do 2 and 2, which is more of a torquing force than anything else. I could potentially do 1, 2, and then one of those would probably line up. Or the 1, 2, 1, 2. I guess it's either of the L brackets. I don't really like my prospects here. I wish I had a square plate with holes. I could always make something, but I don't really feel like making the brackets for this thing. Shave and a haircut, 2 bits. Thank you, Anonymous. You sunk my Tetris. Anyway, these are out of the question. These have absolutely no place in any project ever. And that's it. That's all I got. That's the entire variety. I mean, I got these too. These things are all over this project. I don't even know where these came from. I got like 10,000 of these, and they're in every project that I build, and I don't know why. I can't do anything about it. They're weird, and they scare me. I think maybe I got a curse from like a shop owner at some point. The curse of the L bracket that doesn't really actually fit anything. Burn the Subs is made like of 90% of these things. If you look, they're all over the place. Yeah, that's it for brackets. That's it for flat brackets that'll hold something up like this. Do I have brackets that'll work in the 2020 rail stuff? Well, the 2020 rail stuff I'm going to want to use on Burn the Subs 3. But just for the sake of the argument, let me take them out and see if I happen to have anything in that flavor. All right, where's that? That's a bin all the way over here. This is more hardcore aluminum engineering rail stuff, so. Yeah, working on BTS 2.5 does not mean that Burn the Subs 3 is on hold. Well, it does, but I mean, it doesn't mean it's permanently on hold. I'm definitely getting to Burn the Subs 3 because it's an entirely different animal. These would be good for bump stops. These are rubber feetsies. What do these even come from? Where did I get these from? I forget. I don't remember where these came from. I think maybe something I took apart, but they're still very rubbery. They're going to make good end stops if I need them. Nah. It's all right angle brackets of the stuff. And this is too big. 2 of these things would be great. Just 2 big bars that hold up the 2 sides of the board itself. I mean, could I use these? These are like a little bit more thick than I would hope for. And the problem is, well, actually, you know what? I could put a wood screw through the, what do you call it? Through the, oh, through the, pine? I think it's pine. that I put on the wall, right? So these could screw up irregardless of the position of the gantry behind it. So I could do one on each end, at least where it's available to be screwed in, and then those could go into the the only problem is that if I put those like this, there's potential for the board to be angled down. I don't have 4 of these. Yeah, you guys should know that I'm not seriously using that word. I'm actually just using it to sound dumb. Don't be irridiculous. Well, not ordering parts, and I don't have any more of those. Ordering parts is anathema. We're not doing it. Out of the question. I think these are the only 2 that I have of these. Did somebody actually put irregardless in the dictionary? That's shameful. Yeah. It's, I mean, oh God. All right. It's like inflammable and flammable. These are too good. They're too good. They're perfect for the application. If I put the board up right now during the development phase with these, and I order 2 more from 8020, then I'll have 4 of these brackets. I'll have corner mounts. They're going to go into the wood, so it's not going to be adjustable, unlike if I went directly to the Makerbeam. The Makerbeam is much smaller faceting hardware. There's potential for it to bend if you pull on it. It could loosen itself. It probably would hold the weight, although it would be putting all the stress on the holes that I drilled in the Makerbeam, which is not necessarily something that I want. This would use large hardware. This would use the, here, let me get the screws. I'll get the screws. I mean, this is like designed for these screws almost. And it would look a lot cleaner. And I finally have a use for these things. These are actually used in my joystick setup. They held up a MIDI controller that was a bunch of punch buttons because I had a thing that clips to the edge of the desk, and then this would hold up the MIDI controller, which would be a bunch of big buttons that I could punch for like ship functions in spaceship games. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll use them. So yeah, that's how they would be used. And I could put a washer on that, but I think it's a cleaner look without it. But if I get 2 more of these, then I think I'll be in business. It's probably going to be like $40 for 2 more. This is like a series of $40 purchases. I spent $40 on the motion stuff. So it's going to be another $80 on top of what I spent on the wood in order to get this project running. So people are wondering why I reuse so much stuff. There you go. But yeah, I'm going to get that rail in. That'll be 5,500 millimeters, which I don't think I'll have to alter. And I'll have to have longer rails on this piece in order to have the motor and everything included with it. And then that'll give us the full length. And all that moves are the end stops. And then in code, we just tell it it's a larger board. And there's a bunch of other stuff that we need to do too. But all right, so if I do that, what height did I need to get to? I mean, these need to get to the cedar plank. Sorry, the pine. So I think what I need to do is put the gantry up, the hardware that we have for the gantry up on the planks where it sat before. And then what I can do is figure out what the best place for these are. I don't have anybody to hold this thing up for me, so I'm going to have to hoist it up, hold it against the wall, figure stuff out, and then let it down like immediately afterwards. So okay, let's Let's get a camera on that. Whatever that, whatever this comedy of errors is about to be. I don't want my full body to be on camera, damn it. Okay, fine. I can't get around it, so let me get the plank out of the way first. And then I need 5 of the screws in the drill. Drill's already over there. I think all the screws are already over there too. So, get a sip of Red Bull. And we'll reverse the light. I actually don't need this light over here. So our extended hardware right here. Now I'm still waiting on those parts. I'll install those off stream because they're not all that exciting. It's literally just going to be putting the motion or the linear rod in here, and I might need to cut it for it to not be overwhelmingly long. But once that's in there, you know, then our x-axis is at least together. Star Craving Metal Breakdown. That's fun to say. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. Yeah, so between boards, you guys should know, between boards, subs will simply get stored somewhere. I'm gonna, well, let's be honest, I'm not storing them. What I'm doing is I'm remembering them. I'm going to write them down. I have to go through all what is it, like 4 years of streaming, and I'm still stepping on the mic cable constantly. Anyway, I'll be going through and writing down all the list of names of people who subbed, and you're all gonna get shuffled when the new board is active. So when the new board's active, we'll put people up on it, but there's gonna be no order to it. Because I don't want people to like hold off and like save their subs or like break their streaks just because they want to be first on the board. All right, let's see here. Oh, wow. It's funny. The amount of creosote, is it creosote? Mr. Creosote? The amount of like garbage, the smoke that's kind of stained these planks over the years. Because I can see all the stuff. I can see where the board used to be just by the dark spots. Cross Solette. Almost creosote. Toma89. Hey, thank you. I was unsure if I should hold off. Here you are. Yeah. Wouldn't UV bleach it? Notice that plank is like bent. That's like, that's fine. Creosote is oil? Yeah, but oil is the product of burning. Let's get the laser level in on this, which should be, it should have been right here. What happened to it? The fuck? Where did oh, it fell. Okay. It was up on the wall. It fell over. I've got a laser level on a lighting stand. It's this little Bosch unit. I got a better laser level and then it broke within the first like couple hours of me using it. It was wonderful and it had such a bright line. This thing is like the dullest line I've ever seen, but it's a Bosch laser level. And I'll put that up so that I know whether or not I'm mounting this thing properly. So let me get that situated somewhat behind the camera because it needs to be kind of away. It needs to be kind of out of the way, rather. We'll figure out where that line ends up. Okay, I can barely see the laser. There it is. I don't think it's a matter of batteries. You guys probably can't see it because it's so friggin' bright over here. Why is it flashing? Okay, it is a matter of batteries. So the batteries are finally dead on this thing. No, it takes 2 AA's, so let me get more AA's for it. Unless I just spin the batteries like a TV remote. Yeah, it fixed it. Nope, it didn't fix it. All right, new batteries. These are old alkalines in this thing. GP brand. That's definitely quality. Yeah, it's I can barely see it. I mean, and I'm the one with all the range of vision because of my normal person eyeballs. You guys get to look through cameras, that have apertures on them, which gives you even less visual acuity. Oh God, am I gonna replace it with equally cheap AA knockoffs? Looks like it. I had a battery explode in here the other day. I gotta be careful about that. Oh, more than one actually. The coin cells have been, I think I need to put the coin cells in tape. Shit, I got AAAs all over the thing. Battery drawer is not a great idea. Probably should throw away most of these coin cells. They seem to be a little dangerous to store like this. Oh, these are barely batteries. Equally cheap. Equally cheap. Screw in the center is why? What? Is that bothering you? Take that screws out. It doesn't matter if that's bowed down. Who cares? That's just the backing. It's been like that for 4 years. It's been like that since Burn the Subs 1. No, you get to be triggered. All right, new old batteries. That'll do. Now, I don't know if that's the height. I don't know if that's where it's going to sit. It's probably going to be a little taller than that. So if I reuse the holes, it's going to end up in exactly the same spot. And then we'll evaluate its flatness from there, I guess. So, all right, let's get to work here. Let's get to work. I got to get my mic cable around the table. I got to get this thing back in position. I'm not going to fit through that gap. Oh, fuck, it's Mr. Creosote. Ow, I just bashed my leg on something. Oh, those would be better brackets to use. No, those are specifically for that project. I can't cannibalize other projects for this one. Okay, so I got that. I got the drill. I got the screws. And then I can move this like this. I feel like it's choosing the same fart over and over again. Yeah, we'll just put it back in the same holes and hopefully we'll use the level to help us out. But for now, I just need to do this. Okay, that was a different one. The hell? Oh, that one's loose. Son of a bitch. Why is that one like that? Huh. Well, it's going to require a little bit of adjustment. Yeah, that one was originally mounted a little taller, so that'll need a little adjustment. Was it just me mentioning it? Really? All right, right now it's kind of hanging on one, but that'll help me at least adjust the height of the stuff. Because these rails aren't mounted at the same height, so. What the? Huh. Does this whole thing move over to the right more? That one as a whole, that one as a whole. This one does not. Did it move horizontally or vertically? Oh, it slid down, like by a lot. What the fuck? What's going on here? Everything is discombobulated. This is all the way down there. Oh yeah, that needs to move. Wait, this one is just longer? What the fuck? Hold on, trying to figure stuff out here, 1 sec. And then that one would move. Yeah, that has to move up. Okay, so I just need to adjust that rail so that it slides a little bit. The hole is completely off because that, in our adjustment of it, went all over the place. Now you'll be fine. You just need to get over it. You'll be totally fine. It's just the lens. It's the camera lens that's doing it. All right, let's see here. So I need to actually loosen some of the fasteners. That one all the way on the end needs to go up a little bit. All the way on the end needs to go up a little bit. You should know that all that matters is that the rails are parallel and flat to one another. That's all that matters. Everything else is just decoration. And all of it gets hidden behind the artistry of the wood. The artistry of the wood. That's the book I'm writing. This thing is barely held to the wall right now. It's great. Chat, your tears feed me. I get sustenance off of them. Okay, that's about right. Let's get a screw in that before it falls over. I'm like talking to this camera, but I know you guys are all the way over there, so it's weird. Yeah, that's good enough. Let's get the bottom one in there. Also, the board is only responsible for holding itself up. That's the whole point of the big metal bracket, is that the what do you call it? The rest of this thing, I think I need new holes for these. I think I need to drop this one down a little bit. Yeah, I need to drop this one down, which is a lot of stuff to go through, but we got to do it now if we're going to do it. That way I'll be able to actually get to this screw, because I got the little angle bracket that's blocking it. Ah, Jesus Christ. This drill is very angry for what it is. Actually, I should go to screw mode. Now it's a little slower. Only barely. Okay, so this going down means I remove this. Not remove, but loosen. That. These two. These two. And this. That one's already loose. Great. Who the hell is working on this thing? Why do they screw it up so much? Yeah, just like that. These are just there for a little bit of squareness, a little bit of strength. The linear bearings are pretty strong for what they are. We'll use the laser to get it nice and straight, and then I'll have to use probably the T-square to measure it to the other end. So now those need new holes, but that'll be okay. It might split the wood, but I don't care. Cool. I ain't going nowhere. Ain't going nowhere. This wood is very, very soft, so the previously used screw holes do strip very easily, but new screw holes can be made without a care in the world. It's like one of those materials that's so soft that I could just use a hammer. That's off a little bit. That's okay. All right, so that being said, now I need to adjust the laser level so that it's just skirting across the top of this thing so we can measure, so I can make sure that it's level to everything else, because the plank that's going behind it isn't necessarily going to be very level. Since this is on a lighting stand, it's very difficult to adjust, and any vibration affects it in a great way. I think for the most part, we're pretty good. It's just, in the end, things will be off by a little bit just naturally. Yeah, this is the backbone of BTS. It's very hard to see. Hold on, let me toggle off the lights and then track. Might help you guys a little bit. Good as anything. All right, let's see here. How much can you trust the distance finder? That's the important thing. Look at, so that was me just adjusting the lighting mount just a little bit. And it bounces all over the place. What's that? That's like the, sort of, almost the center. Can you guys see that? Hold on, I gotta, one step away and the thing starts shaking again. Yeah, it's like really hard for you guys to see this, huh? What if I turn off, hold on, lights toggle. Oops, sorry, that was a toggle. Hold on, lights, shop. There you go. That's not really useful for you guys to see. Rest assured there's a laser there. I don't know, you guys can't really see it with the detail that I do. Let me just take a look here. Even just walking by the laser kind of harms the, There's like a double beam over here. That's really not useful. So these are at the top of the holes. These are at the bottom of the holes. So the whole thing goes like this, which is doable. So I need to take this end of the rail. Ooh, if I can even do that. Yeah, it looks like I can. Oh, doesn't that stick beyond the... Why was that loose? Wait a second. Wait just a tick. Why was that fucking loose? So that needs to go up. Oh, it was loose because I was adjusting. That's right. I was adjusting this whole thing. I can barely... Okay, the desk light is getting in the way. Hold on. We gotta work in the dark, chat. We gotta work in the dark. It's gonna get real dark. Things are gonna get real dark, chat. Desk. You know what? This one too. Wait, where's the face light? There it is. Well, now we can't see anything else but the laser. I don't know if that's totally... You guys can't see anything else. I can see other stuff, but... For some reason, it can't focus on the window, which is a little weird. Like, why is that out of focus over there? Is there a smudge on the lens? Weird. Yeah, we need, like, spoopy music. What if I turn the shop lights on? You guys still, well, you can't really see what's going on. I don't know why you guys can't really see. I don't know why you guys really can't see. Well, the laser beam sucks. This Bosch unit sucks. It really needs a more powerful laser, but I guess health and safety probably didn't allow it. Like, I can barely see that laser over here. What I'm doing is I'm just trying to get it to approximately the same height throughout. So if it's sort of towards the bottom part of the holes, I would like it to be remaining there throughout the run. Otherwise, we're going to get wavy names as we go. Wavy namesies. That's no bueno. Problem is the laser beam splits into two over here, and I don't know which one is the top and which one's the bottom. This is not a very precise tool. If you're looking for a laser level, maybe don't shop Bosch, because this thing fucking sucks. Why are there two lines? Oh my god. There's two lines, and then it drops off to nothing after here. So you get this. You get like a 1 foot radius circle that you can actually work within. Fucking sucks. I mean, it doesn't help that I put budget, cheapo, bullshit brand batteries in it. That probably isn't helping it at all. But it certainly isn't dirtying up the optics, so there's not really much of an excuse for that. All right, I'm a little happier with that. That seems to be pretty level. Let me torque down all of the stuff that I might have forgotten to torque down, just in case. And then we need to get something to accurately measure my rail-to-rail distance throughout so that it is parallel. Back to chat. Make the noise, yeah. Yeah, I guess I could use, I have one of those. I have a pretty sensitive gravity, digital gravity level that I could use. Father keeps mocking our poor vision. No. It's because you guys are viewing through a bunch of cameras. The cameras get more clear with more light. Wait a minute, how are they going to know whether it's level on the first try? I don't understand that one. We don't know if it's level. I mean, I could take a level and level it. The digital level's never going to say 0. Are we going to have to do that? We're going to have to do that. We're going to do that. All right, let's get the other level out. Let's do it, because Fadanon put bullshit on the table to try to try to make a scene out of this. So I guess I got to make a scene out of it. You're making more work for me. You know, I didn't put this much work into the other one. .12. 0.14. 0.14 is pretty good. But 0.14 degrees this way. So I can solve that by doing this. .02, .01. 0.01 degree. How about them apples? 0.01 degree. Let me go over to here, this section. Ooh, we are still off. We are still off. I still need to go up. Ooh, but just releasing that has bringing it to broaden it. Oh, too much. 0.01 is about as accurate as this thing gets. You're not really going to get 0.00 with this thing. Because if I move it up a little bit, it'll just randomly 0.04. Maybe I could give that a scooch. I think it's accurate to 0.05. 0.2, 0.1, 0, 0.1, positive 0.1, positive 0.2. Man, too much. Look at that, it's just drifting. You're just drifting. 0.1. I don't know if you guys probably can't see the digits on this. That's why I'm reading them out. 0. Negative 0.1. Stop drifting. Why are you drifting? All right, negative 0.1. Let's go over to the middle of this one. Assuming that this thing could be sitting on a dust mote and it would alter it. 0.4, 0.5 down. That's fine. 0.6. All right, we'll adjust that away then. We'll adjust that away. Means I get to loosen a bunch of stuff. Oops, that's the wrong direction. Even just the act of refastening these things could alter the angle. Zero. Positive 1. Positive 1. I'll take it. I'll take positive 1. Okay, positive 1. Tighten it down. I would have called that level to begin with, but just to be pedantic about it, we now have a pretty level board. Ooh, wow, that one wasn't tight at all. Yikes. All right, so there's that. I guess if we level the lower one the same way, we'll get a pretty good get a pretty good parallel, right? If we make it parallel within the bounds of this thing. That's a sub over there. Thank you for subbing. I'll come back and thank you. I gotta get the rest of this thing done. All right, now's the portion where I do squats. Let's do squats, chat. Oh, I cannot keep my. Can you guys do a squat and keep your feet like flat on the ground? I absolutely cannot do that. I have American tendons. I have inflexible American tendons that don't allow me to do that. I wish I could do that. All right, so this is 0.13 this way. So I'm going to lower it a little bit, which means I got to get into the fasteners that are holding these things to the rail. Remember, our goal is to get it into within 0.1. Well, a little wiggle room from that, but I'll try. This isn't moving. Oh, there it goes. 0.07. 0.07 down, so I gotta tap it upwards. Zero, 0.1 positive, 0.2 positive. A little lower than that. Just give it a little bump. Another bump. 0.01 positive. 0. Yeah, I'm locking it down. Locking it in. If I really wanted to be a stickler for this, I'd have to go back and measure the previous ones to make sure that they stayed parallel. I'm not doing that. I could do this all day. This could be like a 3D printer with the amount of ridiculousness that I would have to go through in order to lock down all these rails. But that's staying within 0.1 as I adjust it, so. Okay, so 0.1 this way. Oof, 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 oof. 0.2 degrees upwards. Yikes. Loosen these, and it might just fall into place. It did not. Maybe this one? No, this is parallel. This needs to be parallel. Yikes, I'm gonna have to really force this thing to go downwards. Oh, that one's loose on the end too. I forgot about that. 0.62. What are you smoking? Hold on a second. Oh. Okay. 0.03. 0.03 down. 0.01. 0. Uh-oh, where's it going? Uh-oh. 0.1, 0.2. That's very close. So if I just scooch that a little bit. Scooch. Kids of the scooching. Okay, that's at 0. So if I lock that down, oh no, it's still drifting. I'm gonna tighten this up a little bit. Try to hold it in place a little better. 0.3, 0.2, 0.1, 0. 0. No, 0.1. Well, okay, that's close enough. I'm locking it. So these people complaining about their OCD. Here you go. This is me getting it perfect. This is what it takes. You want to be a big shot. This is what it's gonna take. 0.2, 0.01, 0. 0.1 positive, 0.02, sorry. 0.03. So I'm gonna lower that a little bit and lock it. See what it has to say. Oh, 0.19. Jesus. Okay, I fucked it up.
Fucked up. Fucked up. Fucked up, boss. Screwed it up. 0.15. This thing is just measuring against gravity too, using an accelerometer. So you kind of have to let the values settle in. 0.11. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to loosen that a little bit. 0.03, 0.04, 0.05, 0.06, 7. Why is it going up? What are you doing? Like, why does it drift so much? 0.1, damn. 0.1 down, so I need to go up on this side. Or no, I need to go down on this side? Yeah, I need to go down on this side. 0.3, 0.02, 0.01, 0, +1, +2, damn it, +3, +4, +0.05. Went too far. We go up a little bit. Up just a little. I felt that move, which might mean it's too much. So if it's sloping down, I need to go back. Oh, 0.01. 0.01. I'm willing to accept that into my heart. Just the act of tightening it might move it. There we go. Everything is within 0.01 flatness, degrees of flatness, which I'm willing to accept because this thing isn't exactly a piece of scientific equipment. Neither is the level, to be fair. I've literally just got wires that I get to hide behind it. Just hide the wires, hide our shame. Okay. All right. There's that part. I don't know if I should do this. Hold on. Let's stand up. 0.04. 0.05. 0.01. 0.00. 0.01. And then 0.42. No, 0.010. 0.01 positive. So there, that is scientifically as level as the AccuMaster will allow. The AccuMaster is a fickle mistress of level-headed but fickle mistress. Is there really a difference between the accelerometer and spring reverb? Well, they're literally the same thing. One's just microscopic, so you know. Let's turn the lights on. Boop. Is that all the lights on? Yeah, that's all the stream lights on. Okay. Whew. All right. Never check the studs in your walls for plumb. Yeah. Exactly. Earthquake. What? Just leaning on the wall will flex the whole thing. Everything is into studs, though. Spent my entire life keeping my heels down. Oh, God, I can't do it. I can't do it. Got the laser out and then adjusted it. It was way high on the left, and then I got the digital level and adjusted it. Yeah, the reason that I did that, Tommy T, is because the... oh, Dundersec, thank you for the... sorry, Dudersec. I was thinking, anyway. Dudersec, thank you for the sub for 2 months. I appreciate that. Cheers to you as well. Yeah, so why did I do it with the level, and then I did it with the... and then I did it with the laser, and then the accelerometer level. I'm allowed to change my mind, chat. You know, that's something that I don't think a lot of people are get on Twitch, is I'm allowed to change my mind. So I initially did it with the laser level, but the only thing that I could key off of were circular holes. And so even though people are really good at judging where like a needle gauge is on a circle,
it's not that easy to figure out what the distance on the circle is. So that got us close. That got me within like 0.2 of a degree for all of the spans of this thing. Not to mention they're pretty flat to begin with, but the accelerometer level is a more powerful way to level things. It's not incredibly accurate. None of this stuff is, but it doesn't need to be. They need to be just marginally parallel so that there are no weird forces on them as they go back and forth, and so we don't have, you know, a wavy path on our way to burning names onto the board. Now I remember with the other board we had so many right angle edges that things were very clearly visibly off if you really look at the thing. So, you know, I don't need to spend all that much time making sure everything is scientifically parallel to within a wavelength. But it's a little helpful to get out a slightly more accurate tool and spend a little bit of time tapping the rails in order to make sure everything is nice and parallel. Now that it's not a whole number, it's not going to be a whole number. It's probably going to be like 44.2857 millimeters between rails. You know, it's not going to be like that. But we can work within that. We can work within what our limitations are. I mean, we've got a piece of actual wood, so we've got to work. We got to work in that too. So. Yeah, anywho. You guys don't see this label here. That label's not there. You guys didn't see that. I'm allowed to change my mind. Yeah, I have trouble keeping my, hey, Tony Stark, stop touching it. Yeah, you're gonna have to lighten up a little bit, buddy. I can't keep my feet flat. I have a lot of trouble doing squats like that. Really any difference between accelerometer and spring reverb? All right, watch bubble level be off. I'm not going to get a bubble level. At least the rails are probably straight. Trying to use a level box at a 6-foot level on a bowed piece of wood is super frustrating. I would imagine so. The news and Facebook has taught me anything. Consistency. What? Yeah, I have to do everything to within a wavelength. How necessary are flat feet during a squat anyway? I don't know. I think it's a tendon thing, right? Baseball catchers are on the balls of their feet all the time. Yeah, I can't help but do it. I don't know. It would make extended work like that probably more comfortable. Maybe not. I don't know. Would it? I do not know. All right, time for the comedy portion of today. I'm going to hold this board up and see what it's like, and then we'll see where we can fit some fasteners in there. Jesus, that's bright. Remember, we brightened up that camera because we weren't looking consistently at the board. It turns out the wall is a lot brighter. So apologies to night mode users. All right, finish my drink. Get my ass over there. Do what I gotta do. Touch the puppet head. Yeah, I don't know what people seem to expect tuning into this show. You can do it better. Do it better. Go do it better. I invite you. I implore you, in fact. All right, so we've got like brackets that are kind of like hangers that we can use to hopefully put this stuff up there. I've got to figure out what the relative position is. This camera seems to be like infinitely out of focus, and I don't know what to do about that. I think it has to do with the aperture settings. I think that's why it looks so out of focus, but yeah. I apologize for everybody's retina. I don't really have a good way of like temporarily putting it up there. I'll turn off the laser level. This thing's useless. I need a new laser level, chat. I need one that isn't dog shit. All right, let me get the board in here. Let me get my mic cable in here. Lift with your back. Remember, knees locked, back straight, and lift with sort of a twisting, jerking motion. Then use your stomach as a as a pad to hold it up. Oh, that is a tough fit. That is a tough fit, especially over here. I guess if I lower this down, that's closer to the bottom. I think maybe I want to invert the whole thing, because well, if I get close to that limit switch, and then this one's up here like that, this can be flat and parallel. This is the tough squeeze up here. Whew. That's a lot of blank space, huh? I could do one off of this end, and then one off of that end. The one off of that end would be extremely stretched, and this would be too close. I need to get a little bit more height, like that. No, wait, that doesn't help. Ow, fuck. Oh, hold on. All right, we'll save that for lift number 2. Lift number 2 will not pinch my pinky finger. Let me put this down on the table. Ow. That was some pinky pinching fun, huh? This is how we do it. We gotta plan it out. So, my cut wasn't as aggressive as it should have maybe been, but I wanted to preserve as much of the wood as possible, right? So, if I use the hangers, I get some distance. For instance, if I do this, that can probably reach down to the position of the wood. Sort of reaching over this right now. If we do there, and I'm just using existing holes right now just to feel it out. I mean, these are not quite the height of these rails, so it actually would hold it up against this, which is good because that's pretty uniform. That end of the board probably needs a fastener in it, but if I do one all the way over here, that's not incredibly balanced for the weight. This would be where it's balanced, but I can't get to this area. So this is our best hope, somewhere around here. Which I don't know where the center of weight is on this thing. I don't care. I don't care. I really don't care. The studs of the wall will hold it up, right? You studs will hold it up. Now if I put it the other way around, well then the thin end's over here. The thin end should probably be on the longer span. Oh wow, that's totally covering over that one over there. So there to there, that's about that. I could get clamps out and try to hold it up. Just like that. I think that's the ideal way to do it. I could nip off a little bit more of that end. If I want that end to be flat, then this is gonna sit like this. And I could clamp it to the Makerbeam right now on the ends. But then I might damage the wood if I clamp it. Would those clamps put up enough pressure to hold this thing up? They might. Hold on. Let's see if we can get clamps involved. God, this thing is fucking heavy. Holy shit. All right, let me check in with chat. I think using these big aluminum brackets is a good idea. Let me adjust this camera a little bit here. It's way too bright. Dear God, it's bright. What's the worst that could happen? Yeah. Use the other side to get more surface area. Now, it's important to see the live edge. I don't know why you guys are trying to min-max my board. It's gonna make a pretty cool coffee table. Hell yeah, it is. Or a bench. I'm thinking a bench because then people can fart into it. You can fart on all your names. Yeah, quit trying to min-max my board, everybody. You know, I know it seems like it's a great idea to do things slightly different, but we're okay. We know what we're doing. The only thing I'm only marginally concerned about is the difference in height between the Makerbeam and the board. It might be sideways. An anonymous gifter gave all 7s a tier 1 sub. That name is going to go into the single line font list of names, and it will be significantly smaller than the rest, because you are not allowed to troll my board anymore. Well, thank you for the gift sub, Anon. I don't know what brought you to try to sub that name, but I know. You're not going to break it already. That's just going to go up there. It'll just be small. No big deal. Anyway, thank you. Thank you for the gift sub. I do appreciate those. Alrighty. So, I don't know if my little pressure clamps are going to be enough to hold up the board. That's probably going to drop the board on my ass. So, I got to figure out where those are going without damaging my precious wood. How do I do that? All right, let me think here. Well, first of all, the one on the right needs to go up significantly, so I need to move that up. I mean, they're approximately at quarters. Hopefully that'll hoist the weight up properly. I think the clamp on the right's probably going to be responsible for the bulk of the weight. But I'll move that one up. I can't just like Sharpie marker it, can I? I guess I can mark the edge of the board on the clamp itself. Let me get my scribe. Unfortunately, that requires me to damage the anodization, but you do what you can, right? I mean, we're a bunch of planks of wood that are being held up on other planks of wood. I can't really... The professionality of this board is going to be questionable. The next one will be much better. The next one will be much better when I have 2020 rails, because I got more 2020 hardware. The other thing that I could do is flip the board so that the big end is over there, but I don't think I like that. I think I like the big end being over here, because this is sort of like, it'll like taper down. I think it'll look good. So let's move this one. The other one's in a good spot. That's actually in a really good spot. But this one, I don't know, thinking like right here. The whole point of these is that I'm able to remove the board. What's the height difference? I think these are 5 and these are 10. So I need like a big washer to go behind it in order to push them this way a little bit more, which makes it harder to mount. Do I try to use clamps on the thing? Get behind this, clamp it? Because like the very ends of the board are even with this. So actually, if I really wanted to, I could probably do an end of board clamp on each of these rails on the 2 ends and have it held up that way, which would be an interesting way to mount it. But I think it's putting too much strain on the Makerbeam. I think the next version of the board will be able to rely on the 2020 rails to hold it up, but this wood is very heavy, so I don't think I trust. I could do like some L brackets, like 3 of them, and then put that into the ends of the board. It would also damage the ends of the board, so if I make it into a bench, you'd be able to see those holes. So I think this is the best way. Just mount it from behind with these 2 hanging brackets that we found randomly. 3, 2, 1, hoist. I didn't think this ahead, did I? I didn't think ahead, chat. I didn't think ahead. First of all, I need to make sure that this cart has free motion. Sneak it this way a little bit more. That would be the right spot right there, although that screw is in the way, so that would need to go there. That barely makes it. I can't reach any of my marking equipment. This sucks. All right, hold on. I gotta put all my weight into pushing forward on this thing. Ah! Okay. I don't have a scale to weigh this. I'd like to tell you guys how much this thing weighs so you know what I'm having to go through right now. Okay, hold on. Walk. All right, that needs to be on the rail all the way over there. This needs to be just above it over here. In order to lift the cut section, I may need to trim down the cut section a little bit so that this fits properly. It's not gonna be even. Okay, hold on, I need more arm muscle. Take a quick break. All right, give my arms a second to get some blood in them. I think a tablet. Well, the tablet's too far away. Otherwise, I could pull up chat. Hold on, let me see if I can do that. Slide this thing over. Open up the tablet over here. Come on, buddy. This thing should never turn off. There you go. Open up. It's going to take a second to reload. There it goes. Sand the nub. Yeah. It is. It's a big wood slab. It's twice as thick as the previous one. But it has less surface area to burn. Oh, I can't scroll up on chat with this. Whatever this web page you guys have me looking at, Night Dev. Why isn't it letting me scroll up? Well, all your old chats are gone forever. All right. Oh, just joined channel, oh bother. I was probably looking at some old chats. I can't look backwards in chat with the tablet, so I can't see what people are saying. All right. One thing to have done is actually to plan out where these things go by putting this thing down on the table. You saw the important stuff. Jacose's one comment. All right. So I guess I got to make marks on these bars, and then I need to somehow mark it on the wood. The only access to the wood I have is a surface that I really don't want to mark. Unless I put like screws in this and punched them, and then it would make little dots on the wood where I mount them. Of course, that would also potentially split the wood over here where this one isn't as mounted as high up. But I mean, if I had small screws on that, that's not really a good way to do it. Okay. They were all those comments. They were amazing. They were the best comments ever, and I missed them. Take that slab to a fancy wood shop and have it re-sawn. Plenty of thickness there to give you two identical slabs. Nah, then you wouldn't see as much of the live edge. Come on. Why are you guys trying to cop out with every suggestion? I don't mean to jump down your throats, but it seems like I'm reading all these cop-out suggestions. You're like, why don't you just be lazy? Why don't you just not do it? Why don't you just play video games on Twitch? You know? You just play video games and sit around. Yeah, why don't you just do that? You just give up. Just go to bed. Stream's over, guys. I'm gonna go to bed. Cop-outs. Come on. We can do this. It's just a little bit of elbow grease. A little bit of elbow grease. I'll even stop making Twitch noises. That way, you guys know that I'm just hamming it up for the camera. All right, maybe I'm not. Maybe this is getting a little heavy. Fucker. That end keeps slipping off. So, about here. I'm gonna put a scratch in the live edge right here. Shit, I fucking moved it. All right, well, that's good enough. No, you have to stay on target. Otherwise, this mark over here is meaningless. Well, I guess if I move that down a little bit. Oh, God. Okay, where's the center? Where's the center? About there. Ah, then it moves. All right, let's check my work. So there, and come on. There. Oh, fuck. All right, we're just gonna try it. I think I got it, but arms are dead. I think I got it. Basically putting all of my strength into pushing this thing against the smooth surface. And then I have one arm holding up one side of the wood, but it's the light side of the wood. The heavy side of the wood is over here. So I got scratches in the anodization, and I have one little mark on the board. I don't have any other measurements. That's barely a scratch. I kind of know where that one goes. And we can match them up, and hopefully I can at least hang this thing from two pieces, but we need to find a washer that goes behind this, because it needs to move forward a little bit. Otherwise, it's gonna try to knock the wood at an angle. And then we'll have the board up at least for the time being. I can work on bottom braces as well later on, and that'll hold the thing completely square against the Makerbeam. Okay, come on over here, board. The previous board had a picture of me on it. I burnt a picture of me with beard. It's the thermal image of the beard that I have on GitHub. Okay. Back over here. Whew. I'm gonna cool off for a minute because sweaty hands make marks. I'm still gonna have to sand this, but yeah. Yeah, just go get a block of wood again. Just a big square piece of wood. Just give up. Give up. Why do anything? All right, so I guess I'm going to use regular old screws to put this thing into the board, into the back of the board. Back of the board, doesn't really matter what I do. I can make all kinds of marks in it. I can even repair those marks later if I don't like them. I don't have any hardware to like space this thing a little bit though. Yeah, if anything becomes difficult, you just give up. That's it. That's all you do. That's what all these suggestions sound like to me. I know you guys don't mean them that way, but you know, we go through the effort here. That's what makes things so cool. Just get somebody else to build it. Mail somebody the names, and they'll put it on their laser table, and they'll do it. All right. I guess I don't really have anything to show back here. I don't have anything to show on the computer. I'm just cooling off right now after the minimal amount of physical activity that gets me to break into a feverish sweat. I need to get in shape, guys. I need to get in shape. I am not incredibly in shape at the moment. Just little pieces of bark on this. There's a fly just now. Don't we all? Yeah, it's been a tough pandemic, huh? Remember last pandemic? No. When we all got fat and by doing our part, and then everybody fucked it up because they're dumb. I remember. Yeah, there's like fruit flies. Where the fuck did those come from? God damn it. I gotta clear everything out again. So I found one of my favorite subreddits in the whole world. The pandemic made me get fat, totally. Yeah, we have a scapegoat. I mean, that's really important. Open for summer, closed for fall. I know, it fucking sucks. So I found one of my favorite subreddits ever, and I've talked about this before, but have you guys seen Design? So it's a subreddit called Design, and it is for products that are so designy that they're for design. They're design. They're designed to design. They're the most designy design that you've ever designed for design. It's like products and things that only exist pretty much in CAD. And if they don't exist in CAD, they are so designy and just like, it's like, who? It's like all these student projects that people post to social media because they're like, yo, what if you had a ring that told you like the date and time, and you could use voice commands on it, and it would like tell you the weather, and it would have like sliding sections that have light up numbers on it, and it's like the size of like a regular ring, and you're like, what? You know, people with a little bit more practical experience take one look at it and go, what the fuck is that? Yeah, like what Kickstarter was like before they banned products that didn't have prototypes. There was the one, I think Captain Disillusion did a whole series on this. It was like this sleek looking little it looked like a Livestrong band that would project the time onto your skin. And Captain D did a really good job to explain why that is like the dumbest idea. But a lot of people didn't believe that, and these charlatans, these grifters, got all of this money from people off of Kickstarter. Thanks for introducing me to Design. There's some really good stuff on there. Yeah, it's one of my favorites at the moment. It's just completely impractical products. I love that one. There's one where it's you walk up a set of stairs holding onto a pole, and it's a spiral set of stairs. So as you're stepping, the staircase is rotating like an Archimedes screw, and you go higher and higher as a result of that. That's like the dumbest thing that I've ever seen, because I can't even go up a normal staircase without falling 95% of the time, right? Like I can't even handle normal stairs without having to use my arms and my legs at the same time. I can't be trusted, even around a step stool, I'll just die. And yet this staircase relies on you to be both confident and consistent in your motion. I would seriously be stuck holding onto the pole in midair with the staircase revolving around. Like, that's utterly ridiculous. It's the dumbest thing that I've ever seen, and it is the most design that you could get. I think it was posted on there like 7 times when I discovered the subreddit. But yeah, that is a great place. I love it. It's yeah, it's just people who have never put something together themselves, the designs of those people. Yeah, balconies inside of a corridor. That's a dystopian nightmare. That's what that is. That's like a liminal space. Getting on to the other subreddit that I've spent too much time on. Have you guys seen liminal spaces or liminal space? I don't mean to use all my talking points in 5 minutes, but man, liminal space. Empty rooms are creepy. Do you have any ratchet straps so you could hold it up while you work on it? Is it open rafters? No, there's a drywall ceiling in here. Yeah, unfortunately. I could hang it off of the top rail, but no, I think we got enough information to work on. I'm trying to cool off. I'm trying to not get sweaty. I don't want to drip sweat all over the board. I'm going to sand down the front surface anyway, but I just don't want to get my gross neckbeard sweat all over this fucking thing. I need to find something that's going to bridge the distance gap between these beams and the Makerbeam. AirTag socks. Oh, not the unnecessary inventions guy. I don't know about that guy. I guess he's all right. He's doing his thing. He's way more popular than I am. Or no, that's not unnecessary inventions. There's the guy that 3D prints the bunch of stuff. Yeah, those are cute, but I don't know. He's kind of married to that concept now, and he's gonna run out of ideas, right? They're getting a little crazy. Some of them are fun, though. These are the washers that I want to use. I'm going to see if I got 2 of them. This is out of the washers bin. Come back over here, chat. Whoop. I just wish I could get the amount of, you know, what do you call it? The presence, the clout that he gets, because he has some really good ideas, man. Really funny ideas. He's a good comedian. I'll give him that. I don't think we're going to use Mercedes steering wheel parts on this thing. I think... Oh, no, that's not the right one. Ow! There's some sharp screws in here. Do I really only have one of these? Ah, there we go. Okay, 2 of these, 1 on each one. They're not exactly 5 millimeters, but they are going to bring it a little closer up to where it needs to be. Like, basically what we need to do is replicate. My hands are shaking a little bit from the exercise. I need, where's a Makerbeam? I need a Makerbeam over here. Over here. Basically, these need to be the same thickness. Oh, that'll do. That'll do, that'll do. That's off by like 1 millimeter. That's perfect. Perfect. So yeah, giant washer that I stowed away for later use. These are the kinds of, so Burn the Subs is the kind of project that I will use my rare parts on. If I've got a lot of rare PPs sitting in a drawer, I'll use them on Burn the Subs. It's good to have a project like that, chat. A project that you designate as your priority one that gets all the good stuff. That way you can at least cycle through some of those things that you were saving forever and ever. God, my ears feel like they're full of water. Look that up on WebMD. It's, you have exercised. Congratulations, you've used your body for the first time. Oh, is that what that is? Is that why I'm tired and sweating? Why do my legs hurt? Because you've never used them, Neo. Get fucked, nerd. You've never used your muscles, you fucking test tube baby. Get wrecked. So I sent my buddy in Philadelphia the danger fart zone sign with a gift note that said "Get wrecked, matey." He thought his employees were playing a prank on him, but it turns out I fucking owned him. Get owned, loser, you fucking nerd. I almost dumped the Makerbeam bin all over everything. That was almost a little Just Desserts. The prankster almost got pranked. Yeah, he like just moved offices, so he thought his employees were playing a trick on him because I didn't know where to ship it, so I just shipped it to his old warehouse. All right, so we've got our fasteners. We know where they're going to go. How do we attach them to the board? Well, previously we used these things, but these might be too long. They're not by any means too long. They're actually just right. They are not even close to too long. Okay, all right, well, there's that. So next I need to mark out where these things are going to go. And then I need to, for this board, I definitely need to put in a pilot hole. I absolutely do not want to split this piece. So I'll do a pilot hole, and I'll use one of my drill thingies in order to depth that properly. What would be fun is to send a Farthinder sign over there. What are those? Farthinder. I don't know what that is. No, this one just said danger fart zone. Or like warning fart zone, enter at your own risk or something like that. And I sent it to him and I fucking wrecked him. He's destroyed. He burst into ashes as soon as he looked at that. I fucking wrecked him. Fucking nerd. Anyway, let me figure out where, drill's over there. Let me go get the bit for the drill, etc. Oh, it's designed to look like a butt cheek. I don't know about your guys' like European, you know those European prank shows where they're like, haha, funny, I got your hands wet? Like, I don't know about European humor around farts and stuff. You guys need to work on it a little bit. These didn't toggle on. Just toggle them on manually. I'll do it myself. All right, let's see. So I need this thing, which is actually, these things are great for building sets because it's a little thing where you can drill a pilot hole and then flip it around and it's got a screw bit on the other end. So if you're building sets and stuff and you're just trying to get stuff quickly configured, you can set the depth on this thing and there's a little hex bit at the back of this thing and you can just drill your pilot hole, flip it, and then screw it in. Why is my phone ringing? Oh God, it's a nearby exchange. Hello? it cut out as soon as the automated message came on. It was like, "Hi, this is," and then it's just dead. And then they hung up. It did the personable, "Hi, this is," you know, right before it put me to some operator in another country, and it fucked up. It went, "Hi, this is," and then it just went away. See how this thing's trying to kill me already? Yeah, when I'm referencing that, I'm actually referencing a Red Letter Media video where they watched like one of these shitty prank videotapes, and it was like a bathroom, which they're filming in a bathroom, which is the first thing that was weird, and it was like the hand drying machine, and they replaced the hand drying machine with something that got your hands wet, and that was the whole prank. I've seen a lot of videos similar to that on Reddit. Where it's kind of like, this isn't actually like funny. it's just dumb. Anyway, all right. Jesus Christ, this thing's fucking heavy over on that side. All right, so I'm gonna sit this thing on my lap and not scratch the shit out of my monitor. Jesus Christ. Everything that I've been using today has been so long that when I try to bring it to the bench like this, to even just like show you guys it a little bit, it pokes at the working monitor on the side of the desk here. I'm not set up to work on large things. All right, let's move this. You can just see Exhibit A. I fucking can't even get to my own fucking mouse. All right, you get out of here. I don't need you right now, T-Square. Get out of here, T-Square. I think the big difference is if a prank show were that dumb, in America, they would either get shot or get sued. I told them I have an 85 Ford Ranger. They stopped calling. I don't think they'll listen to me if I start ranting to them about 1990s BMWs. They don't stop calling because it's several different entities calling you, right? It's not just one thing. All right, I need the marker, which I can't get to because I have too much stomach fat. If you guys were looking for American humor, there you go. I'm too fat to get over to this marker because of my fucking stomach pressing up against the board. All right, so don't get all butthurt when I talk about British, or, you know, not British, European humor being dumb. It's all dumb. We're all dumb. All right, so this, I remember this. No, you guys can't even see because I'm so fat. All right, over here. Axe murder in elevator with a victim, blood everywhere prank. I've seen those. The ones that really irritate me are the ones that only work for the camera. There's a lot of ones from like, I think it's like China because they're like TV ads where like some you know, brain dead idiot is looking at a bunch of TV screens. And it's like, look, you're looking at a fish tank, ha ha ha. And then a fucking really obviously 3D rendered shark comes up and smashes the TV screen, and everybody goes, oh my God, oh no. And the guy falls over, and you go, ha ha, funny guy fall over. He didn't see that it was a TV screen. Or the one where the guy's walking on the glass walkway, and then the glass looks like it shattered from our perspective, which is the opposite way that he's looking at it. So he's looking from this direction, we're looking from this direction, very clearly looking like a glass walkway. This guy walks over the open area, cracks, he freaks out, oh, it's so funny. That doesn't work. Perspective doesn't work like that. You can't make something look like a clear walkway to somebody walking by. He's in motion and we're a fixed camera and we're in opposite perspectives of it. So where's the other side of the, it's just fake. It's just an ad, and it drives me nuts. Calling American people fat works in any country, I know. I know it. Did I rub off my markings here? Probably did. We'll probably have to play it by ear. Close enough is pretty much the name of the game now. I think I brushed off the markings in my rage. You've killed her in your rage. No. I was laughing at that scene in the movie, by the way. Nope, there it is. I can barely see it. There she is. There she blows, just right there. And that matches up to this little nub right here. So if I can get the angle right, if I can get the angle of the light right, I can mark out where this hole is. Oop, nope, I slipped. I want to get it just right. Keep in mind, we are working within sort of the good enough standard, right? Things can get close to where they need to be. Oh, no. Trying to go for the hole. There it is. We've all been there. Okay. That's probably close enough, assuming that I'm getting it in the right spot. I think so. I don't think you used the transparent screen. Why would you fix the camera like that? Same thing with the elevator prank, which is the same prank, only it looks like the floor of the elevator is dropping away. I mean, I would assume that there is, to a degree, a bit of a automatic response, even though you know it's fake. You still kind of brace for impacts and stuff. But at the same time, I don't know. We have a certain commercial where they're jumping rope and get old and count to 30K. That's like 8 hours long. That sounds terrible. Oh, that one's in, I thought that was in China. Yeah, the one in China where they do like spaceships and dragons and shit like that coming out of what looks like a 3-dimensional area, but it again is a fixed camera looking at the side of a building. So you get the benefit of having 2 screens. There's also one in like a club where it looks like it's like 3D in that it's like a square thing, and they do like perspective tricks on it and everything. But if you move your head even just a little bit, that whole effect is going to break down. It only works from one angle. And the internet just keeps going for it time and time again. It's like we got Stockholm syndrome over it. Is that really going to be like that? I mean, that line matches up sideways. That's the only line I got on this. Yeah, that's the line. It's like sideways, and there's my mark. So I guess it's hanging a little bit weird. Well, we'll see where this gets us. I'm sort of lining up that and circling the hole. Circling the drain, chat. Oh, I saw that coming back. Is the dress blue? It is, because people are dumb. In the comparison photo, if you look, the only way that it looks like it's yellow and white is if you put it up against like a dark background. And that's silly. That's not what's actually there. It's up against the light background. And so, comparatively, it's actually blue and black, not yellow and white. Sorry to break it to you. Color theory is really fun, but... Okay, so, how am I going to do this? Well, I need to get the right depth. Oh no, there's a little indentation right here. I don't think I did that. I don't think that part of the board should have touched anything. Huh. Okay, well that's fine. We'll work around it. It's not much. All right, so move this thing around, flip it. Easy as can be. I mean, I've got one little marking there around the perimeter of the one piece, but yeah, I'm gonna have to pull the whole thing off of the wall in order to get the, the fingerprints off of it. I do wish that this could have 2 connections because that would make it a bit more stable, but it's gonna have to have only one of them connect, which means, ooh, that's tough for the depth too. I gotta just make sure that the drill doesn't punch through. So our depth for this thing is actually set. That's actually set right now. That's set for the right depth. It's almost like I did this with the previous board and I haven't adjusted my stuff in 2.5 years. But that depth, it's kind of pushing it over on this edge. I'll try it. That depth is really pushing it. I don't want to split the wood here. It's a very thin area. I don't like this. I mean, if I move it horizontally on this, I get less material. Ah, damn it. I'd have to mount it like way over here. No, okay. Not much of a choice. I don't think we're gonna damage the wood. Not if I put the pilot hole in it. But it is relying on a very thin cross section of wood to hold it up now. This is at the top surface. The bottom surface might be able to get more bolt on it, but I want to hang it right now, and then I can support it by ordering 2 more of these things, and then I'll just put them in parallel. I wish I had like bands. That would be nice, because then that could go straight across the whole thing. But I don't have bands. I could make parts that would hang it. Thinking about it. Hold on. That might not be a good idea. It would look kind of bad if I made the parts to hang it. If I had Makerbeam that could do the spans. I don't think Makerbeam is quite strong enough if I'm using their hardware. Because, like, I could mount the ends to the ends. Now, let's go forward with this. I mean, this isn't a lot of material. The bulk of the weight's down here. We'll give it a shot. If it breaks, I don't know what I'll do. If it breaks, I'm going to have a breakdown. So, let me think about that a little bit. Well, because the bracket sits here. Let me drill a hole. Can I drill a hole in the bracket down here? Like right here on the bracket? See right here on the bracket? Can I drill that as a hole? Because that would be ideal. That's where it sits. What I'm talking about is that at the most extension of the bracket, there is not a lot of wood material on this thing. I think it'll still hold. But it's concerning to me. I don't have any other bracket material. Maybe if I wanted to, I could make an aluminum plate that would go a little further. Or I could find... I don't think I have aluminum band. Hold on. To the scrap pile. I'll be right back. Well, might as well put you guys to face cam for this. Let me take a look at the scrap pile and see what I got. Let's see what I got. Marching over to the other side of the room. By the door, I have all the scrap sitting up against the wall. That is C channel. That's not going to do me any good. Let me see. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? No, 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 no. I don't have any bands of any kind. I have plastic. That's not going to do. I have some lighting stuff. That stuff is that is thick metal. That's not going to do. I have aluminum extrusions that are the wrong size and type. I have a band of maple that has some markings on it already that I could potentially use, but that's, I think, 20 millimeters. It's too thick. Hold on. Getting into the back of it here. Ah! What is that? No, that's the stuff you use to protect 2020 rails. I have an Acme rod that's long enough. I happen to have an Acme rod. We could have converted it to Acme rod. Nope, there's nothing. Okay. No good in the scrap pile. No good, no good. Ah! Okay, those are Burn the Subs 3 parts that are trying to attack me right now. Plenty of 2020 rail. But that's not for this project. All right, get all that stuff out of the way. That thing tried to kill me. It attacked me. It lied to me. Anything sitting in the corners, in the wings? Nope. I'm pretty much stuck, guys. I gotta use this stuff. I'm trying to fan up a little bit. I'm dying. All the lights are killing me. I mean, so if I used a couple spans of 2020 rail, I just don't think it's gonna be strong enough. That's my concern with that. This stuff is fairly flimsy when you get into the longer distances of it, right? What's an Acme rod? It's a type of screw. Yeah, it's an Acme, it's a rod with an Acme thread on it. Are you really correcting me? Is that what's going on? Are you correcting me over that? Now they get to play, oh, but I seriously didn't know. I don't know what you're talking about, because you said Acme rod. It doesn't make any sense. If you meant a rod with Acme thread, Acme rod is totally meaningless to me. Okay, all right. So, you know, the big hangers are pretty much what I've got. They cover the distance. I'm actually really concerned about this, to be fair, because this thing isn't light. And if I've got to hoist it up and it has to have some mechanical tolerances, because I'm going to be moving it around and stuff, I got to think about this, because this is a risk. This is a big risk, actually. If I'm putting a hole into that, I can't really lower it because this is already about as low as it should get on the softer wood. This is fairly hard wood, and it's not going all the way through, but it also tapers in this direction. This will hold it pretty well, but that's not a lot of material around it. That's maybe like a 5 centimeter radius. Actually, no, not 5 millimeter. It's not a big radius around there to the edge. Here, check it out. Come closer, Chet. Like that. And what I'm up against is, hold on. See that? So there's the hole that I would make. Edge of the board here. The screw wouldn't go through. It, well, there's a chance that it would. So I'm gonna put the kibosh on that. We're putting the Bosch on it. That I can't do that. That's gonna damage the wood. My precious live edge. Which means, well, I'm shit out of luck for this unless I move it up. You know, if I move it up here, where it's going to get more of a grip, but then I have 2 hangers on either side of the heavy part. Like if I move that over here, what if I like take? I don't even know if I can trust this T-square on this because the whole thing is going to be at a weird angle on the wall, right? I don't have a straight edge that I can't really measure this off of that because everything, like you got the 2 parallel bars, but then the block of wood's going to be like this. So I can't do it. I guess I got to go back over and do the hoisting thing. Oh Lord. Okay. All right. Fine. See how it is. If I hang it off of the one fastener and then I just pick it up with my other hand. I think that's trusting me not to peel it off of the wall in the wrong way, right? That might not be ideal. See, before I had these planks as bands going vertically on the thing. Let me get that piece of maple. Let me see how thick that piece of maple is that was in the scrap pile. Maybe we can use that. I might have to make a little bit of sawdust, but give me one sec. Piece of maple from all the way over here. I should be able to get 2 planks out of this thing, but this is from the previous Burn the Subs, and I really wanted to make a top for my little beer fridge out of this. I didn't have enough of it, but this has a bunch of scrap stuff on it from when we did the previous Burn the Subs. So there's all kinds of stuff on it, like Hello World, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog penis. Oh, okay. So this is all kinds of graffiti all over it, basically, our test burns. Some people's names and stuff. And somebody was saying I should burn my beard on it. Well, my beard's on plenty of stuff already. I got some messed up areas. We got the Wowie dog. Yeah, this is all just a big test plank for Burn the Subs 2. and our test to see how small we could actually make the font before things got out of hand. We don't have the luxury of that with this one. This one we're jumping into live. However, the thickness as compared to a piece of Makerbeam, this would hold it just a little bit above where we want it to be. So the question is, I mean, it's almost 20 millimeters, which kind of sucks. Although the other board was held, so I think it's the same thickness. How is that the same? It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look the same thickness as the old one. I got a sickness for the thickness. New Pixie Perfect, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. We're looking at putting a live edge board up on my wall. What will get the laser treatment. It's gonna be the new board. You know, I kind of like the band inside of this. We don't have that on the other side, I don't think. I think this is the remnants of one of the tree circles. But yeah, so I think this might be our best bet. I think this piece of wood might be our best bet. I think I need to hang 2 pieces of this like we did with the other board, and then I can drill this from behind with that, and we can shove some of these screws that I've already got through it. And that way we can hold this at the thicker areas. I think that's a better idea. I wanted to use those parts to get the thing up on the wall quickly. We can't do anything quick around here. That's just not the way we do things, I guess. So, all right, back to the board, not the drawing board, but the board itself. And I need to figure out what the distance is. What is the distance of this scrap piece? I really wanted to use this to make a countertop out of, damn it. Because we're not really going to get pieces of wood like this out of the new board. I want it. I want it, I want it, I want it. Now I'm going to have to sacrifice it for the greater good. Greater good. And of course I'm going to have to cut wood in the shop, because that's just my fate, isn't it? I just got to cut the wood. Got to grin down and bear it. I guess I want to have penis visible from the outside world, so let's go from here. Maybe I should measure it. I should probably measure it. Yeah, let me measure a couple planks here. Welcome to my shop. This is where I mop faithfully. Do do do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, tape measure. There we go. I don't have to go all the way and get the T-square. Back up. Back up we go. All right, plank to plank over here. As long as it's approximate, that's all that really matters. We'll go somewhere within 1 foot 8 inch, 1 foot 8.5. 1 foot 8.5. Mark that down on my plank. 1 foot 8.5. Mark. And then, just in case, where the wood is bowed. Yeah, 1 foot 8.5 works. Same measurement, both pieces. Come on down here. Where's my mark? There's my mark. One foot 8.5. Lazily draw a line across it. Lazily draw a line across it. Then get the circular saw. Should I use a small battery? I'll use a small battery. We're gonna make a bunch of sawdust here that I'm gonna regret. I'm gonna regret this, chat. You'll see. You'll see. I'll regret this. Need my drill battery. Which one was it? It was this one. All right, 2 planks, 1 cup. Ta-da! That is going to be tall but it should do. It won't get in the way of what's behind it. It's not going to be flat, though. I think so. Yeah, that'll work. That'll have to work. So, let's see. Put them up on the wall first. Then I'll hold the plank against them, and then I'll be able to mark where the edges of the plank go with a marker. And then I'll be able to attach them to the back of the wood, and then I'll put them back up. No regrets. The Halo Infinite flight. Did you see that skip where somebody like launched themselves? They used a bunch of the exploding barrels and they launched themselves across the map, and they ended up flying into that fight and were able to grab onto a ghost and take it over. Or sorry, a banshee and take it over. Oh, it was beautiful. It was so Master Chiefy it hurt. Let's see here. What am I looking for? This bit right here and a marker. What did I do with the marker? Chat? Chat, what did I... Chat, what did I do with the marker? Chat, what did you do with the marker? God damn it, chat, what did you do? Oh my god, what did you do? Is it over on the table? I'm gonna look over here. Not there, not there, not there. Yeah, there it is. It was on the table. Why didn't you guys tell me that? All right, back over here. Squish my way through. What's that? What the hell is that? Is that a raid? That looks like raiding with a party of some... I can't even fucking see from here. Hold on. Who did that? Somebody shout them out in chat, because they're awesome. Well, this tablet's like not waking up. The tablet that's supposed to show me you guys... Show me you... Oh, it's that button. All right. Boop. Hey, where did this old marker come from? Oh, it's a Cosmo Quest. I could tell by all of the emotes. There we go. That's the only way that I'm able to see what you guys are up to. Otherwise, I have to... My eyes aren't that good to see that monitor all the way over there. I can't do that. My main computer's off. So whatever. Go to hell, chat. I fucking hate you. I don't. You guys are awesome. We're putting wood on my wall, and it's not what it sounds like. What I'm doing is I'm trying to find something that's going to hold this gigantic piece of live edge up to my laser etching table, and I do one air quote for that because my other hand was on the desk. We've got 10 millimeter beams here holding up everything, right? Holding up at least the gantry. But I have a very thick piece of wood to put up. And that's not me just, you know, tooting my own horn. Though if I toot my own horn and I have a thick piece of wood... Anyway, I gotta put this thing up here. We looked at some 80/20 rail metal bands that would have been pretty good, but I don't think they're gonna do the job. So what I've done is I've taken a precious piece of graffitied scrap wood. God, there's so much sawdust over here. God damn it. I'm gonna have to sweep. I didn't mean to get sawdust all over my shop. This always happens because we happen to be doing stuff that's adjacent to woodworking. It just annoys me. Sawdust is bad. My shoes slip around on the floor and everything. I'll get the vacuum over here eventually and clean it up. But so I got these pieces of graffiti that were from test burns on the previous Burn the Subs, right? This is what gave us our minimum and maximum font and all that fun stuff. So these will be bands that'll go across these pine, I think they're pine, these pine spans that I've created as sort of a variable mounting point for this whole thing. And these are screwed into studs. So I can put holes through this to hang up the two extremes of the board. Text out, of course, always. Text always outwards. And then we can determine where those end up on the edge of the live edge board. And from there, Bob's your uncle, I guess. I don't know. Do I want to drill a pilot? I don't want to drill a pilot hole through. I'll just do this. Sorry, Pawn Theory. Yeah, that's on screw mode. Drill mode. Boy, these are just a bit. This wood is just a little bit more stout than the other wood that I was using, than the pine. Takes a little bit to get through it. Yeah, we're not going to get a ton of screw penetration here, but we should be all right. Okay. Now I'm going for the approximate center between the far end and this span, because these are in the center. So center here, and if I go here and here, then we've got a pretty good distribution of weight. I could go in from that a little bit, and that's what I did previously. So there's a bunch of screw holes there, but I think if I go for approximate center on that span, I think I'll be good. I'm not going to measure anything. Who cares? I refuse to measure stuff today. Measure the weight of my words. Yeah, that's going to hold it way better. It might hold it a little bit closer to the laser, though, which is a concern. The carts won't hit this stuff. This stuff is smaller than the carts. Because, like, I can put my weight on that, and it'll be okay. I can't karate chop that because I'm too powerful, but I can sort of put a little bit of my weight on it, and it'll hold it up. This was planned all along. No! Family show? What the hell is that? It would look cool if I did like a chamfer on that, but it's all right. This is working out pretty quickly. What time is it? Oh, I've got a lot of time to burn. I need to do what all those streamers do, and they start getting weirdly caught up on stuff. And you're like, hold on a minute. They're just stalling. Stalling streamers. I don't stall. I run out of stuff to work on within my time span. How'd Cosmo Quest go, if any of you guys are still around? You guys still hanging out? I know you guys weren't there to watch Oh Bother, but that's just what happens. I don't know why I'm putting this in the middle. I mean, I know I'm putting the screw in the middle of the plank, but I don't know why I'm placing the plank in exactly the spot, because it's not like I'm drilling through it. 'Twas good. They got a show recorded today. Hey, that's awesome. Anything cool happening in space, or is it like super boring? I think space is probably super boring. Like, it's a slow day in space. We've only got a couple trillion explosions on a scale that's unfathomable by human standards. Boring. Boring. We just have a scale of objects and separation that completely boggles the human mind. Boring. Am I going to be able to get to this screw if I put it here? I might not. I might not be able to get to this. I'm going to move this one out just a little bit. Actually, a lot of bit. I'm going to put it approximately where the other one was, if that's the case. Because, yeah, I'm going to have trouble getting to this screw. Plus, this is the heavy end of the board, so maybe it's better that this one is moved out a little bit. It kind of sucks that it is, but now I've got to mark the position of everything on everything else so I get it right again. That's the wood. That's the wood allergy, everybody. I got a tickle in the back of my throat. That's why I try to do this stuff outside. But now I've got a deteriorating voice because of sawdust allergy. I don't think I'm necessarily allergic to maple. I think it's like some other type. Boring. Yeah, right? It was a good stream. The show's recorded for broadcast on TV in Houston. Oh, that's really cool. Joseph Stalin? No, it's a different kind of stalling. Dust in general, yeah, but wood dust is of particular annoyance to me. To me and my sensitive body. All right, let's bring this over. God, this thing is not fucking light. This thing is pretty damn heavy. It's Full Metal Alchemist heavy. Okay, it's Evangelion heavy. No, that would fall through the basement to the core of the earth. That's so heavy. All right. So I got to do a little bit more leaning against the wall, and I don't think this maple's going to do me much favors. This stuff is still extraordinarily slippery by standards. So what am I going to mark? I can mark the edge of the grain of the wood. I can mark where those sit, so I have a bit of a placement area. What else can I mark? I need to mark, well, basically if I get the grain of the wood, and then if I can sneak behind a little bit and get the back end of the marking, I'll be okay. I don't want to put marks on the live edge, because that's part of the look of the thing. That's why I'm hanging this up from behind. And I need to make sure that everything is in the right position. So here we go. Time for some Twitch gamer noises. Gamer girl noises. No, not quite. Okay. If I could just hang it off of my stomach, I'm already used to carrying this weight like this. I can do squats with this thing like this, but it's when you get it out on a fulcrum that everything goes crazy. It starts to become kind of a big struggle. That is a concern. That lifts that up to a significant degree to where I'm actually a little concerned about whether or not that rail is going to come into contact with it. Yeah, I might have to nip off the rest of this thing. Maybe not. Hold on. You guys can't really see it because my body's blocking it, but on the left side of this thing is where this plank of wood gets very, very thick. And I need to make sure that this thing clears the carts as they go back and forth. So I may need to nip off more of the side of this thing. Well, in for a penny. Here we go, chat. I'm going to cut the live edge. Gotta put this thing down. Fuck. Okay, I gotta nip off more of the live edge to make this work. The problem with it, and if we look down here, come on down, chat. No, don't fall over. You're drunk. Keep your head up. No, chat. Damn it. Come on, man. Chat, would you just get yourself together for just a second, please? Okay, so we've got kind of a wonky shape on this board, and that's what makes it fun and interesting to use. We have a cut piece right here, and then we have this piece that juts out. And I absolutely do not want to cut that, because that's cool. That's kind of the weird part about the board. But the other problem that we face is that as the board tapers down, this is where the trunk of the tree meets the ground, this piece right here kind of juts out suddenly and exponentially. There was a point over here that I cut, and you can see this is a previous marking. So I split the difference between the two markings that I was going to cut off of this thing. I think we need to make that cut. I think I need to make that cut. I don't think I really have much of a choice in this matter. So I'm gonna make that cut, and then, because what happens is with the new hangers, this is pushed forwards, and that puts it in direct line with the cart that needs to run by it. So I'm gonna have to make the cut. So let's make the cut. Battery, switch. Into new tool. Dad mode, engage. This one doesn't make as much of the noise, but you gotta gun it a couple times, right? All right, say goodbye to your precious wood. And there he is. There's no going back. I hate it now. I hate it. And there's dust everywhere. This sucks. As long as I can keep it in this little area that we've created, I can hopefully vacuum it in a minute. After stream, of course. Try to clean things up. Try to live my life quarter mile at a time. All right, let's get back up here. Stop staring at my junk, chat. I can't move. This camera doesn't have as fluid of a mount. All right, back up here. There's not much I can do about that, you know? I had no choice. No choice, but that's why we do things the way we do around here. Test fits and all that stuff. Withstanding. What are you saying over here? Socks full of sawdust. Yeah, pant legs full of sawdust. Just a bit off the top. Yeah, we clipped its tip. Fat on standing up noises. Be kind to yourself. I'm reading you guys at a bit too much of a distance here. All right. Oh, I'm putting divots in the back of the board. I'm like pressing it against all this hardware on the table. All right. Pen, not in, pen is in pocket. Pen Island, of course. Pen in pocket. Ah! Ah! Sounding like Badlands Chugs over here. Ah! All right. I would like that to be more center if I had to choose, but if this is here, that should be about there, and that gives us room. I don't have a second hand. How do I mark this? With 2 hands on and sawdust under my feet. Shit. I can't get a clamp on this because it doesn't... I'm trying to free up my right hand. That doesn't hold it quite in the right spot. All right, try this. Try this. Okay, enough room there. I'll give it a little less room there so I get more room up top. That is going to be here and to the right of the microscopic marking that I made. Now the problem is I need to mark the, I can't believe you've done this. I need to free up my other hand and get the markings precisely to where they were. I don't know why I'm trying to hold the pen cap like this. There, hold the marker in my teeth. Switch hands in the center of gravity of this thing. Line up my markings. No, come on. All right, spread the load, Mr. Frodo. Oh, fuck. Okay, how am I gonna do this? This is a tough one. That's still clearing. That's clearing. Fuck, come on. Movement is bad. Markings are good. Oh, shit. It's almost like I should, like, mount that side and move on to this one. It moved. It moved. It can't move. It needs to stay in place. I mean, if I'm using my teeth, then I can do it like this. Come on. Well, is that enough for me to go on? I kind of need a start marking on it. I see the start marking. Just about there. Okay, if I can get that close, I'll probably be okay. Solo lifting. Today, I won't bother. I'm gonna mount this and take one look at it and be like, I don't like it. You know that's how it's gonna be. So this one is L. This one is R. Mark is there. Mark is there. Hopefully. Okay. Give my arms a minute to turn back from their gelatinous state. This tiny little battery that I used on the circular saw, not incredibly happy with me. Could you tape a level to it when you have it at the height orientation? Nah. No, I mean, I could also like measure the distance between planks, you know, and do it that way, but I don't need to. This is fine. We can just do it by off the cuff, you know? We don't have to be crazy about this. It's woodworking. Everything is approximate. I ain't Amish. I don't know how to do woodworking. back over to the bench. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Dun 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 dun. Let me get the 2 span planks over here. And then I get the big plank back over to the bench, where I can figure out where to drill. Or should I just do it on the table? Should probably just do it on the table. Yeah, let me just move the camera. We'll just do it on the table over here. I need to find all of my fasteners though, because I'm still missing a couple of the, oh no, here they are. Here's 2 of them at least. I need 2 more. Maybe I have 2 more over there. I might. All right. Whew. More fun to wing it? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Although I don't have marks to make sure that these boards are straight up and down properly. I didn't put marks on the underside. Only did the one side. So let me move everything to the side here. Everything out of the way. Looks like I got 3 out of 4. Or is that the 4th one? That is not the right kind of screw. That is a different screw entirely. All right, you guys get to view. There it is. Okay, I found every screw. Using every part here. No extra Lego. Okay, you guys come over here and see what I'm about to do. See what kind of horrors I'm about to unleash upon this world. The laser level does not need to be here. You've failed me, laser level. Not for the last time. I'll probably try it again. Let's put that over here, out of the way. Now the goal today is to get this plank of wood up on my wall. That's the goal. What can I do about the bottom markings? I don't know if I can do anything about the bottom markings. What can I do about the top markings? It's like, I don't know about this method. Like so this is the bottom here. This one is the right side plank that I'm holding, and that goes in like this. And then I need to somehow figure out where this sits. And I have a little tiny marking right there, and that matches the slope with an approximate standoff of a marker right there. And then I can tell, oh fuck, that's completely covered. Well, 3 out of 4 ain't bad, chat. 3 out of 4 ain't bad. Maybe I could sneak a fastener down here, but that is pretty well covered. Where'd the marker go? Chat, what did you do with the fucking marker again? I keep telling you guys not to move it. You guys are always standing in my light. Let's get that like that. Placed, positioned, and good. Okay. That's like that. Fuck, it moved. It moved, it moved, it moved. Here, I'm gonna steal this clamp from over here. Ugh. One of these guys. This will be gentle on the wood. That won't leave a divot. That one was there for a cable. But I can, oh god, it's too big. Jaws don't open large enough for it. That's a problem I have a lot. All right, burp, put that over there. Let's get a larger clamp. Big wood clamp right here. Okay. I'm out of shape. I mean, round is a shape, but I'm out of it. I'm out of round. Yeah, so this is the marking, but it's going to be way off. By the time I get the top in alignment, it's gone. Unless I lower this plank a little bit, but that's not the way that it should go. So let me try to maneuver this thing again. Is that the marking? All right, give me one sec here, Chad. Okay. So I'm looking for, I put like barely a mark. You guys can't even see. I put barely a mark up here. And so that should match the, I think that's this here. Actually, no, that's this over here. Here's the marking. So if that marking traces the edge, it pretty much sits like this. And I can see it's matching up to the very minor bumps of that block. Down here, I don't have enough sticking out of the bottom there. So what I need to do, fuck, I didn't mark where the holes should go. I didn't mark the board on the wall. That's all right. I'm gonna do vertical markings on the underside here so that I can line up the planks and drill the holes properly. And put a side marking on that. Actually, what I could do is just flip it like this and drill the hole through it. Yeah, that's a better way to do it, right? I can just flip it right now, drill the holes through, and then I don't have to mark anything else. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. Let's see. Make sure that's tight. It's the only thing I got. And when I flip this up, this thing's gonna kick me in the face. So I don't want to damage the edge. I'll go under and around. Whoop. There we go. Actually, a good way to do it. All right, so the distance that I want to go is the maximum of this bit, because this thing going all the way through this material leaves about half of it, and it drills through that in actually not that much. A couple threads is pretty much what I get, but that's fine. Just choose a random spot. That moved, but it only moved at the very end. I gotta switch bits because this is the one that holds the square. The square. Tighten it up. Let's get this thing going. It's important that this one stays pretty snug, because movement here means movement of all the names on the board, and we know what happens when that happens. Everything goes cattywampus. What sucks is that I get the mount here, but I don't get the mount down there. I might be able to drill something for that. It would have to be like real close to the edge of the pine plank. I think I can still make that work, but it's tough. This is very close to the edge of the board. I'm glad I put my wood clamps right there. I'm sweating and all the sawdust is sticking to me. What cruel fate. All right, flip the board. Figure out where the other one goes. Oh, why is it so heavy? Oh, watch the mic. Okay. Okay, where's the other one go? We're gonna need the other side for this. So much lifting today. Lift and tear until it's done. This is the top of the board, so my marking should be there, which puts this one like this. There are no good features on this, so I think it was like that. There's no unique bumps to this. It kind of matches up right there. So we'll do that. I guess I can, when I flip it, I can check to see that they're parallel, because they should be roughly parallel. All right, so let's get that held on. So that I can position it, keep it accurate. Remember, we're not doing metal working. Don't need to be totally metal working accurate. Be nice if we could, but I just don't think we're going to be able to cut it. It's asking for a bit much. Shit. And this is all messed up. I'm going to be like, why can't I do anything right? That's pretty much how we did the previous one. Didn't turn out so bad. That seems relatively accurate. So let's flip this over. Let's see what we got. I'm trying not to drag it on the live edge. I'm gonna have to. Actually, wait, I'm not. There we go. I can't put it on that edge because it like flakes off. Okay, parallel. 3 foot 2 inch. 3 foot 2 inch. That's parallel. Cool. All right, good enough. Good enough for me. That was a horrible noise, but I needed one to be up there. A lot of smoke and fury signifying nothing. Ah, fine. A lot of wiggle room here. Okay. On to the square bit. Yeah, we don't have thermals for this. Streamer's stalling. I'm not a big fan of the square bits. I just happen to have a lot of them, and they're just the right kind of screw for connecting wood to wood. All right, we got our supports in. So now this thing goes up on the wall, and then we can sit there and ooh and ah at how cool it looks. Whew. All right, what are you guys saying? Tried to get them some sponsors, but they just kept talking about huge, thick wood. Yeah, maybe you can get a sex shop or something. All right, wood on wall. Not my weirdest kink. We're gonna do it. So this thing, like that, 4 screws are going in my mouth right now. Well, that's 3, and I have the 4, but I can only do 3 of them. The other one's blocked, so 1. Not gonna be able to talk to you guys while I do this, but 1, 2, 3. Let's get this going. I swallowed one. Yeah. Golf. Oh man. You guys know how long it takes to pass a screw? I'm gonna need it. It tastes like copper. All right. So that is gonna actually be able to sit like that. You'll be able to reach behind you and get the drill, and then we can get the one over here. I can find that hole. Any hole in a storm. I got sled on the board. That's not good. Really should have put marks up for this, because this wood is so soft that I can't find where it goes. Well, it seems right. Is it a little lower than that? That one's too low. Yeah, there it is. That's the ticket. Okay, over here. Sorry if I'm blocking the shot, but it can't be helped. I can't find the hole. Hopefully that's good enough. Looks like it. Oh, man. That was a struggle. Uh-oh, that one's not going in fully. Yeah. I might have to do another try on that one, because the whole bottom isn't supported if that one isn't in. It's pretty good. This barely makes it, and this one probably barely makes it too. What with this piece right here. There's not a lot of room on this board, huh? Whew. All right, let me back up and see what we've done, what irreparable damage I've done to my reputation with this board. This fucking board. I put the table back and we'll see what it looks like. Now that saw's gonna fall. Welcome to the new board. What a day! What a lovely day. Okay, all right. Yeah, look at that. Beauty. Here, we'll do this one. This one will get a better view. Show it for 2 seconds. There we go. That gives you a little bit more of the look of things. So the backdrop is not amazing. For the next version of the board, of course, we can think about how that's going to go down. Looks like I didn't get it. I could move it to the left a little bit. It's a little close to the X motor. So if I wanted to get a better grip on those holes, I could scooch it by like 5 millimeters to the left. Where are those limit switches? Well, we're not going to get all the way to the end of the board as it is, so it's kind of okay where it is. I guess I'm going to let it hang there for a little while to see if it falls off. I don't suspect it will. My only concern is that the bottom screws aren't holding it as tight as I'd like it to. They need to kind of hold it up against that board because otherwise it will move and it'll become a slope, which is not good. Then names at the bottom of the board will look different from names at the top of the board. I still have to sand it, obviously. I'm not going to take off a lot of material when I sand it. And then we've got to cut the X-axis rails so that they are the right length. Yeah, I could do what I did with the other board and just put a screw just off by a little bit to where that one is. I could just go to the right and just put another one in. That's the other thing that I could do. Oh no, everybody would see that there's two screws. Everyone would see that. Everyone would see that. I don't need to move the screws in the back of the board because I think those are just fine. And it's clearing all the cart stuff perfectly. So it would have been kind of cool if it was at a weird angle, but that little bump right there, that little bump, when I move it at an angle, that bump moves around and it gets in the way of the thing holding the axis. And then this plus the L bracket that goes on it won't be able to slide beyond that point. So I still have to actually put the L bracket up there and slide it back and forth to see how it does. I also don't like the amount of wall space that is now visible. This maple board is so damn nice, I want to make a resin table out of it. I know, I should take an axe to it when I'm done, split it in half, and resin it. The guy who I got it from makes resin tables, so. It wasn't a mill. I think it was a guy who happens to have like either one of the chainsaw setups or like a horizontal bandsaw at another shop, but he runs like a furniture shop in sort of rural Pennsylvania-ish kind of area. It's like a little town, a little tiny rail town in Pennsylvania where he has like a store off of the brick streets. And yeah, he sells a lot of live edge stuff. And so he wanted to know what I was doing with it. And I was like, I do like software, educational kind of stuff, and people can pay $5 to put their name on a board. And he's like, oh. I don't think he really got it. It was kind of a whirlwind buying the thing, though, so. I didn't really tell him a lot of what I do. It's hard to explain, you know? I could just tell him I'm a clown. Hey, what do you do? I'm a clown, and I need a block of wood to be a clown. I'm a clown. But anyway, he was like, for you guys, I'll take a couple $100 off. And I'm like, we didn't even say anything to like negotiate price. We didn't say anything. He just took a lot of money off of the sale, which, to be honest, like the price of the board was, I was kind of reluctant. And he took that money off, and I was still kind of reluctant to pay the money. But I think it'll be worth it in the end, especially considering what you guys pay in order to get on the board. I don't get a lot from it, but you know what? I realize now that I had pictures on my phone of the previous board, but I didn't show them. That's all right. That's all right. It's all good. All right, we got a board on the wall, folks. We're in business here. Look at how warm the drill is. Why is the whole drill warm? That's really weird. Drill, you feeling okay? You feeling all right? Maybe he could turn the old board into a nice resin table. I could turn the old board into a nice resin table. The thing is, the planks are just glued together. They don't have any kind of support on them. So I'd probably want to put like something to support each individual. Like if I had like a table base that had like cast iron that went across, but yeah. I'm not splitting this board. I don't even know where I'd fucking go to do it. Where would you go? Where would you? Well, you're in Sweden. There's probably like sawmills on every corner. I don't know where the fuck the sawmill is around here. What do I look like to you other than an internet clown? I'm an internet clown. I know how to buy computers. I don't know how to fucking split a piece of wood vertically in half. Go to the board splitting shop. I'll split your fucking piece of shit. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to take this thing out and orbital sand the living shit out of it. But first, before I do that, we need to finish the rest of the mechanical stuff. Because we lengthened the board this way. On Sunday, I'm going to be getting the parts that go into this. And so from there, I need to rebuild the y-axis, get it back up, get everything back and plugged in. I'll do a flush of the coolant system because it is kind of grody in there. And then we can start moving the rails around with Python programs on the Raspberry Pi. Once we do that, we'll be able to sort of observe where it goes and how it moves, and we can put together a Python program that will allow me to plug an Xbox controller into the Raspberry Pi while it streams G-code out to the motor controller and moves our laser around. It's going to be a bit of a janky thing, but what we'll be able to do is translate that G-code back into pixels and produce an image that will give us either a line or just like a very rough dotted line, anything close that we could use in order to map this as per the area of the previous board expanded. So we will expand the area that this thing is able to move. Now keep in mind those limit switches are a hard edge. We can't move past those limit switches, so there will be a slice of the board over here that we cannot utilize. I think we'll get pretty close to this edge. We'll try to get it even on both sides, but we can do that within software. Yeah, that's the point, is turning down the laser to the point where it's just a laser pointer, where it doesn't actually damage the wood. Getting to trust that is going to be an affair. We're going to have to work through that as well. And that's why I haven't sanded the table yet, the board rather. I haven't sanded the board yet because I will need to run those tests. And if we accidentally burn a full power burn on this thing, it is deep. The etching goes pretty deep into the surface. It takes a bit of sanding to get rid of, but we should be able to do it pretty right. Oh my God, I'm spent, guys. I usually like to end like an hour from now, but we've gotten to the point where I've actually gotten the board up on the wall. Bit of a cop out in the mounting on my part, but I think it's pretty good in terms of like staying up on the wall. It's just unfortunate that I had to rely on vertical planks once again. I wonder how this compares to the height of the previous board. Whether it's close. I think it's a little bit closer to the laser. Yeah, it's a beast, but I don't like the look. I don't like seeing this much of my wall. I don't like seeing this much of my wall. I don't know what I can do to mask it. Maybe I can get pieces of like black poster board and shove it behind there. Watching this has made me tired. Yeah, just give up. Why even try? That's what all the suggestions are like. It's like, bother, why do you even do anything? Why not just go to bed? Just hit Control P, just print it in a normal printer and go to bed. Paint the support boards white so it looks like it's floating on the wall. I think what I'm going to do is I've got some corrugated plastic, black plastic material, and I can scoot that in behind there, and then it won't stand out as hard. I mean, possibly I could cut sections of it to fit around the support planks, but that would like make it pop out a little less. It would emphasize the wooden board. Use the laser that's already there to make the wall black. Dear God. I mean, I could probably paint the wall. I don't really want to paint the wall. If I were to paint the wall, I should have done it before today. I really could have done that, though. I could have just gotten some matte black paint and just gone over the wall. There was a project where it took profanity from the internet and it painted it on printed it on thermal paper, the receipt paper, and then it immediately lit fire to it. it would find racist comments on the internet and just burn them. Yeah, I don't know. The acoustic panels are too deep to go in there. I don't know if I have some extras, but I don't think I'm going to put them back there. I could just cram them behind the thing, but they're a little bit thicker than the support planks. Print the subs. Yeah. You worry too much. Take one thing at a time. I know. It just I don't know. I want it to be a slightly better look than last time. If I put poster board behind it, that should be fine. I'll figure that out over the weekend. I don't think I have enough of that the plastic corrugated signboard. I used to have, well, I have blue, bright blue poster board. I should have gotten black poster board, but it's the stuff that's holding these tiles up. So a bright blue poster board is probably not the right material for that. I might have spray paint and white poster board. That's a weird project. That'd be a weird one. Paint these things and then I can make a not really passing frame for this. Nah. Yeah, that's right. Notes and Volts does print the followers with a thermal printer. Yeah, we go above and beyond the Call of Duty here. LEDs for a flame effect behind the board. That's right. So it looks like it's burning in a crucible. A crucible. Painting the wood black would be a little bit much. That'd be a little bit much. All right. Well, anyway, I think what I might do is see if I can sneak some material that I already have behind there, like between these supports, and that way we get a little bit less. The board itself will pop out a little bit more. I'll think about whether or not I want to put a coat of paint on these rails, because if that edge of the board is more visible, I'll be happy. So I don't know if I really want to do that or not. I mean, there's a big risk that if I paint these pieces, that it interferes with the live edge, and I don't want that. I'd have to break everything down and paint it, which I'm not too keen on. Might just leave it the way it is. I just don't like that there's no contrast between these two. So I'll have to see. I'll have to see what I feel like doing. You guys are like, it's fine, bother. Just go to sleep. Just go to sleep. It's fine. Don't do anything. Don't do anything. Don't even go outside. Just sit. Just sit. All right, anyway. If you guys don't know what I'm doing here, what I'm doing is I'm making fun of the ideas that I get from chat that are just lazy. Just like, why don't you just flip the board over and hit go again? That's just lazy. I'm not going to be lazy about it. That's why this thing excels. That's why it's fun. All right, I want to thank you guys. CosmoQuest rated. We had a bunch of people sub today. Thank you guys so much. I'm out of stuff to do. If I'm out of stuff to do, I'm not streaming, I'm not going to drag it out. I think I got stuff in the mail today. I don't know if it's going to be the mechanical parts for this. But, I had a little bit of a workout. I don't know about you guys. I guess on Tuesday, we're still working on this thing, right? I might have been able to cut some of the beams so that they're long enough to actually make the y-axis. We can spend some time doing that. We can figure out what we need to do. Maybe over the weekend, if I have time, I'll look at masking that thing. There's some other stuff that I want to work on over the weekend. And the RC car project, I would like to put to bed. That was a weird kind of curveball that it threw at us, where one of the pins will output PWM, but the other one won't. And it does it at the accelerated frequency. And I think what that has to do with is that there are two clocks that I need. There's two registers to define the one clock that I need to set. So I think I need to do the phase compensated PWM, and I need to set that up. I have code for that to try it. I may try it without you guys, and I'll let you know. So, we'll get there, but I'll take a look and see what stuff I need to do. I know why there's a fuse you need to set. Please don't do that. All right, so anyway, I'm going to break until Tuesday. break until Tuesday. Yeah, we still got work to do, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Until then, have a nice weekend. Yeah. I don't know if anybody's around. We did a Djibouti raid this week, so that's pretty cool. What do we got? Never mind. Nobody's streaming anything good. Oh my God. I don't want to. Okay, we're just gonna end. Yeah, guys, check out Davies if you want. Yeah. We're not gonna raid. Okay. I do need to raid. I should raid Davies at some point because he does good stuff, but he's always playing My Summer Car, and that would just be like a weekly My Summer Car raid. So go check him out if you get a chance. I am going to go to bed. I'm just not going to do anything. I'm just not going to try.